accounts on different what do you call it, funded on a different funding company? Or did you guys reset for the week, or you guys just that you guys took a big hit from that and you guys are just taking a little break now? I'm assuming you guys are still trading because you guys are still here, so yeah, should be good, right? Yo, Spectro, what's going on, bro? Hard liquid. I am practicing on my demo. Okay. Account gone, but it's cool. Bought funded, no free promo. Still waiting. You're still waiting for it. Hey, man. Gotta keep it moving while these months go by, you know? It won't get restored this week. It's not get restored in a couple of months, if anything. If it gets restored. So you might as well get the balls rolling on a different, you know, company or a different broker. You bought a broker? Oh, nice. I'm gonna buy a 5K account. Any recommendations? No. No recommendations. I am no longer recommending any type of firms. Well, I never have. Well, I've used one firm all in my life, so that's the only one that I've, you know, ever spoke about. But yeah, nah. I don't get paid enough. Yeah, I never got my withdrawal yet on MFF. Bro, I should have done the withdrawal chat when I had the time to. Because I got my withdrawal request from like way back, right? Like 3 months ago. And I was like, you know, I'll do it eventually. I gotta go fill out this form. I think I was in the process of doing it a couple times. And I just never did it. And then by the time I wanted to do it, the contract that they sent me, the one to get the payout on deal, it got expired. Then I couldn't do it, and then I had to message them, email them, like saying like, okay, well, my contract expired, send me a new contract, and I never did that part. And then the moment I was gonna do it, which was like last week on Friday, or Thursday or Wednesday, something like one of those days, I was like, yo, today I'm gonna do it because it's you know it's like 3 racks, right? I'm like, okay, fine, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go and hit them up and ask for a new contract, and I never did. And then next thing you know, Thursday hit. News about MFF comes out. I'm like, damn, I guess I ain't getting that. Oh well. Oh well, man. Oh well. It is what it is. Take it to court. Honestly, it's not worth it, man. Taking it to court will cost more than the payout itself. The payout was like 3K. It wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't like. I mean, shit, I still got, you know, 30K in some brokers that I've, you know, can't even use right now. Like, I've got money in brokers that I'm not, like, I'm still waiting as well, right? So it's like, it's like, it's nothing life-changing, obviously, but I would love to get my money, but it's just, I mean, I can't. I can only control what I can control, right? All right, anyways, chat. Let's get into this analysis. I know you guys are waiting here. I know you guys want to trade. It's a Monday. It's a Tuesday. So let's see what we got going on here. So we have gold here. Obviously, we're trading gold today. Of course, we are. What's new? New month. Okay. So it's officially September, and it looks like we have a couple things we can look forward to this month in terms of the charts, in terms of price action. First things first. Ask yourself one question. All right, so then again, chat, this is the first time coming to your chart since maybe like Friday, right? So I have no idea what's going on. Everything I do in this analysis is literally from like the top of my head off rip, right? So first things first, the monthly. This is what I'm looking at. What's the monthly doing, right? So obviously, if you take a look at the monthly, you got 24 days left. You opened up a couple days ago, and it looks like you are technically bearish. But why are you bearish, Don? It's an uptrend. I am bearish for the month. Just because I'm bearish for the month doesn't mean I'm not bullish for life or for the yearly charts or whatever on gold, right? So the monthly shows that we are currently bearish here. There's a couple of things though that I noticed, right? We closed bearish last month, but you have no top wick. So you have a bearish close, but there's no top wick here, and that becomes a problem. Well, not really a problem, but that becomes a concern. That concern now is like, there's only two things that can happen really. It's either you just push down because you're bearish, or two, you come up and create a top wick before you come down, right? But that's what I'm looking at here. I'm looking at the top wick. I'm looking at the bearish candle. You obviously close bearish for the monthly, right? So this month, again, two things can happen. You could, one, just continue to push down the way we are. This could be the high, who knows, right? Come down towards the next support. Or two, you could come up, create a top wick, and then come down. So at one point, this candle might look something like this. For all I know. Might be a bullish candle, but then once it flips, this is how it's gonna look, right? It's gonna look bearish. So those are your two options there on gold for the monthly. Now, we already established what? That the monthly candle is bearish, and those are your two scenarios that could play out. Later in the month, that's gonna be very key. So when you're doing your monthly analysis, I know it may not affect your today's push. It's not gonna affect your 10 to 15 pip move that we're gonna potentially catch today, or whatever range you're looking to catch today. It won't affect that at all. But it's something to look back on, or something to keep in the back of your mind, because when it does come to, like, let's say FOMC for the month, right? And let's say because FOMC is what? We checked it earlier, and it was very key to check it. It was September 20th. So if FOMC is September 20th, right? And technical analysis lines up a certain way on the 19, 18, 17, you could assume that the monthly could be doing this, or it could be doing that, based off of how the structure is formed by then. I don't know how it's going to form by then. It could be bullish, could be bearish. But let's say, for instance, like FOMC, the day before, we're coming up creating a top wick. At any given point, that can could flip bearish. FOMC, if it were to flip bearish, you need a lot of volume. FOMC could be a day where it drives price down. So like, again, I don't know what's going to happen by then, but it's very key, because you can look at the monthly as the days go by, and when it gets closer to these folders, that's when the monthly will likely drive with those folders. So we already established that the monthly candle is bearish, right? Cool. Two, now I want to establish, if we're bearish, where we're going to drive down towards, right? So if we're bearish on a monthly, what could be, for instance, the next target? So first thing is, I want to draw a line, or I want to circle my areas here. So I got this area to the left, I got this area of rejection, I got this area, right? So off rip, pretty straightforward, honestly. Just draw a line right here and call that your resistance, right? Because all these candles have failed to close what? Above the range, right? Not one candle has closed above that line there, right? And when it did, there was no liquidity anyways. I think we touched on that a couple months ago, but still. So we close our resistance here, right? Back into the range. Where's your next support? Right? Where's your next support, and what happened last time you closed that resistance? Because you want to ask yourself what happened in the past. So I'm looking left there now. I'm looking at all the times you drove down from that purple line, and I'm looking at this push here, right? I'm looking at this push here, and that's what I'm looking at, because that's all you have to the left there. All right, but that's what I'm looking at now. So could we possibly get a mirror to come down towards the next support on a monthly, right? So overall support, I guess you can say overall sort of taps you into this range here, but I'm just gonna focus on the most recent, the current month here, and what could possibly happen. So we understand that we have a wick fill here on the monthly, right, which is around here. That's the wick fill. And if you look left, where did you drive down towards last time before you continue to push? Where did you come down towards last time before you started to reject? Right, looking left in this area here, what's the first area of rejections you see here? Probably around there, because you see a clean candle coming down. Next thing you know, you build some type of support there. Same shit here, close bearish resistance. You have some type of rejections to the left here. So I'll say this could be your next overall minor level here. Right around here, which is also what's here, the monthly wick fill, right? So that's perfect. So that's what I'm looking at for the monthly, right? Because that's where price started to react on last time. Obviously, you could continue to drive way past, whatever this is, 1880. But in terms of the current monthly target, if you were to come down this month, you're likely going to push down towards 1880 and start to rack there in terms of, you might see rejection there. You might see some type of support fake out form there for us to continue driving further down, whatever it is, right? But you'll see some type of play there in those areas. But until then, that's what you're looking at in terms of traffic. That's what you're looking at in terms of range fill. So that possibly could happen. So that's cool. Now you want to drop down to the weekly, right? The weekly is what? Weekly is bullish this week, right? But what do you guys notice on the weekly as well? So obviously, let's take a look at this real quick. Let's make this a bit simple. So obviously, we're looking at the current range, right? Looking at this. What do you see here? You see that you closed bullish on the weekly. Technically speaking, any given point, you know, like since we closed bullish, you assume that the next bullish candle, or the next candle, which is this week's candle, will likely continue up to fill the top of the range. But know what we know, there's a couple things you gotta look out for. Couple concerns. One, there's no bottom wick here, right? So let's take a look at this. There's no bottom wick here on the weekly. So any given point, the weekly could come down to create a bottom wick before continuing to push further up to grab what? To grab liquidity, right? And that also indicates volume. But if that were to happen, then sure, if this is your next resistance up here, this is your support, right? And you come down to create a bottom wick before continuing to push up. This is how the candle is gonna look. It's gonna look somewhat like this, right? And it'll continue to push up towards the next target, which is 1960. So am I bullish for the weekly? Of course I'm bullish for the weekly, right? I'm bullish for the weekly until what? 1960. But can we just take a buy now and hold to then? Probably not, right? But that's just the idea that we have for the weekly, right? So if you guys take a look here, look left here, there's also some type of support being formed right around here. Because yeah, this is the most recent. I'll say this is the average support, I'll say for now. So I'll put my line right around here, right? I'll establish that as a support. Obviously, you close back into the range. Even above here, you close back into the range as well. If you guys want to draw it there instead, but I'll put it right here. I'll say, okay, cool, we close back into the range. Your next resistance is what? Next resistance is up here, right? So like that's where you're looking at target now. You're looking for price to come down towards, you know, 1911 to create a bottom wick before continue to push further up back to the top of the range. Or who knows? Maybe this is your support down here, and for all I know, you could come down to retest the lows. But the only way I can see us coming down to retest the lows is if you come up first to grab liquidity before coming down, right? It doesn't just make sense as to why price is coming down already without grabbing liquidity. If you were to grab liquidity first and do something like this, then sure, right? Maybe if you feel the top of the range first, sure, then you can continue to push down, right? But in terms of pushing down towards next support here, that's definitely doable. In terms of coming down towards 1887, you're gonna need to retest at least 1868 before doing so. So that's why I got for the weekly, right? So obviously we're bullish, but we also understand that the weekly at any given point come down and create a bottom wick, and those are the areas we're looking to play. Those are the key levels for the weekly. Now the daily time frame is in this case bearish, right? So obviously you closed bearish yesterday or on Friday. Very weak bearish candle, but it was still a bearish candle, and it was also still respecting the resistance. So I have my level. Let's see, where's my level being drawn today? I'll say right around there. Yeah, I'll say right around there, because you have this to the left here. So they're here, but same shit. All right, chat. So I have my resistance drawn here based off of this support being drawn, respected there. Support. This is like some type of range one fake out, right? So I'll have my line here at 1939, and I'll say, yeah, I guess the daily did close back into the range. So if we're closing back into the range here, there's a possibility that the daily could continue to drive down today towards the next support, which is going to be 1924. 1924, there's a possibility you could come down a bit further towards 23, and maybe even 1913. But honestly, 1923 is a pretty good target for the daily, if you were to continue pushing down today. Because looking left, right, where do you see areas of rejections at, right? So like, let's take a look at the charts here. Scan from left to right in this section here. Where would you guys see your areas of rejections? So you're looking at this push down, right? So if this is your clean traffic candle that they're replicating, you want to look at the same areas in the exact same zone. So looking left here, like you're looking at this basically. So what I noticed that is you have some type of rejections here, right? Resistance, support here, rejections here, rejections here, support here, rejections there, rejections there, right? So if you were to, connect the dots here, yes, connect the dots, where would the average support be, right? So we connected the dots. Where would the average support be in terms of where would a line be where it touches, or it's closest to touching all the lines here? In this case, I'll put it right around here, or maybe a little higher. Right there, I'll say. All right, so because look, touch, tap, right? I'll say that's a pretty good resistance there. So that's what I'll have for my support next, right? And it makes sense too. So now let's go back to a line and draw a line here and say, cool. That's your next support, right? So look, in terms of coming down today, looking left, you have clean traffic on the daily to drive down. Looking left, you have some areas of rejections here. So in terms of the next areas of rejections, you're going to see around 24 or 23 today before price makes a decision on where it wants to go next. So you have like a 60 pip range, a $6 move to come down before price makes a decision. So that's just the overall bias for the daily. That's what you're looking at. Now, let's drop down to like the 4 hour, for instance, now, right? Because you want to drop down to the smaller time frames, because the smaller you drop down, the more details you're going to get. So all you're doing at this point is you're adding up the time frames. Think of it like a math equation, right? So now you're on the 4 hour time frame, right? 4 candle, what's happening here? So you obviously have an hour left, right? It's 8 a.m. The new candle closes at 9 a.m. So with the 4 hour closing, look left. You're asking yourself now, or I'm asking myself now, is it possible we close below a certain range to continue pushing down for the next 9 a.m. candle? Because 9 a.m. is very key. You have NYC open, right? So now I'm asking, okay, well, could we possibly push down with the 8 a.m. opening to close below support for 9 a.m.? Or are we just going to push down now and not going to move at 9 a.m.? All right, so you have an hour left. One thing I noticed is that the 4 hour candle has no top wick. You've been pushing down ever since, though. Like the last 3 hours have been pushing down on a 9 a.m. candle, but you have no top wick, which now brings the idea to my mind where it's like, okay, well, are we going to close bearish below the range with no top wick, or is price going to close bullish with creating a top wick before the next 9 a.m. candle, or is it going to close doji, right? Because there's a couple things that can happen here. You have your support, I'll say, right around here, right? And in order for us to continue pushing further down and come down towards the next support, which is what? 1923, right? Which is right there. So this is your resistance or support, and this is your next support. If these are your ranges here, right? How could we come down, right? So obviously you have support here, and you have another support down here. The only way we can come down is if you break support. So obviously that would mean that we need to close below. But the concern now is like, are we gonna get a move before 9 or after 9, right? And there's no top wick, so this can happen for 9. You can close like this below the range, which is fine, because the next 9 a.m. candle NYC open should, if anything, create a top wick, and then after it creates a top wick, should continue to push further down due to this candle not having a top wick. Or 2, you can start to just pull back now and not close below for 9, which gets a little tough, but that can also happen as well. So you have 8 a.m. opening in 2 minutes here, and that's what you're looking at on the 4. But overall, yes, like you do have clean traffic to the left here, but you also understand there hasn't been much liquidity being grabbed since for us to push further down. Like for us to come down towards the next support, sure, right? Just like this move you had here, you came down towards the next support, sure, but before that move, you never had liquidity being formed in this area. You see, there's nothing being grabbed there, so that's why later on you came back up, came back to the top of the range, formed some structure. And then as it closed back into the ranges, you form liquidity, you form structure, and then you continue to push further down, right? So, but right now in price, there's nothing here, right? It's very naked. There's no like liquidity. There's nothing being grabbed for us to drive further down. So could it be the next 4 hour candle? Possibly. So that's the 4 hour candle. The 1 hour now looks like we are going to be closing in about a minute and a half. There is a support right around here because the last 2 candles have closed, or I guess the last candle has closed bullish, which means that you have established support. So I'll probably drag my line a little lower to 1930 there. But I'll say this is a pretty good area here. You have rejections here, rejections there, rejections are all the way going across, right? So this is perfect. This is your support here. So if you have an hour left for the 4 hour close and you close below at 8 a.m. below 1930, then you could possibly get a push before 9 a.m. You can likely drop down towards the next support wherever 26, 24 before 9 a.m. But since or if you close respecting, then there's a possibility you may end up just hovering in this range here until 9 a.m. because you don't have news at 8:30 or anything like that today. I don't think so. You just have news at 10. So there's a possibility you might just range here until 9. And then 9 a.m. once you create that top wick, you should continue to push, right? Unless we close below in 30 seconds here. But if you close respecting, then this could possibly be the next 9 a.m. candle, 8 a.m. candle. You might just see a bullish candle, you know, hover at support like this or whatever. I don't know what it's going to do. But if it closes respecting, then obviously, you know, there might not be much movement. And this is like your mini range being formed there because you have a support formed and you have resistance formed. So give it about 8 seconds here. It looks like you may close respecting though. Yeah, you close below most recent. I guess you can say you close below here, but overall in terms of the overall support, I'll say you close right at it. Yeah, I'll say you close right at it. It's a very tough area. So, I mean, who knows what this 1 hour is gonna do? But all I know is this 1 hour count is gonna lead to the next 4 hour close. Now drop down to a 1530 5. At this point, it comes down to just like looking for like the exact entries and exact levels. So, going back to the daily time frame, right? Or the 4 hour candle, sorry, you had a null topic area up here at 1934, 1933, and your next support was where, like 1926. So you want to kind of look at those major levels on a smaller time frame to see where price rejected exactly in the past at. In terms, because if you're looking for wick entries, you want to replicate those same moves and replicate the same mirrors, right? So right now, I guess your current support is, let's see, so you have 33, you have 26. Probably remove that. You have a support here, 1930. That's current price support. Let's see. Right, so we've at this point built all of our, like, I guess, like higher time frame structure, higher time frame, I guess, structure through the analysis. Now it's just about building the small layers on a small time frame. So like that's your support at 29. I move it down a little bit due to the fact that you have like levels being respected here still. I might even move it further down towards 29.2 actually to match that support there. So support being formed there. And then you can say resistance on price is going to be here, which we could get a range 1. And then your next major resistance is going to be, I'll say here. What is this, 33? Then you also have 35. 35 is definitely doable. Yeah, no topic there, so I'll put this for now. Doesn't really matter honestly, because like we're not in any trades, but it's just I guess to show like the next minor level. So here's what I'll do here, chat. So now I think I have a better idea of price. So the 1 hour close respecting support, right? So if you were to flip bearish on the 1 hour here, right? You come down, you create a bottom wick at 29. I may look for potential buys at 29, because if the 1 hour doesn't pull back, the 4 hour's gotta pull back for the new 4 hour close, the new 4 hour opening, right, at 9 a.m. in about 56 minutes here, because you're gonna create a top wick before pushing further down anyways, right? And a top wick will tap you into what? It'll tap you into like 33 levels, 33, 35 levels, right? So if you come down, create a bottom wick at 29, there hasn't been liquidity being grabbed yet. There's any time today. You've been just pushing down since Asian, right? So you gotta grab at some point. it just makes sense. Once price taps 29 while respecting the 1 hour support, that you can flip bullish, right? So the 1 hour close below most recent might give us a strong enough push to push us down towards 1929.28. But in terms of to push us down further, because like look, your next support is what? 1924.23. You're definitely gonna need liquidity being grabbed for us to push down towards there, right? So like, don't get me wrong, you can definitely come down today, right, towards those areas. I am technically bearish today, but before price prints that bearish push, it must grab liquidity, and therefore I'll look for buys at 29 levels coming up towards at least like 1931 minimum, and then we'll have runners or positions until probably 35. Again, no runners today. We're not going to be attempting you know, a 250 pip runner like we did on Friday, but we will be anticipating a push that will look somewhat like this today. So you'll likely, you know, very high chance you will flip bearish on this 1 hour candle, and then once you do, you'll come down and tap the support, and then once you tap that support at any given point, this candle can literally flip bullish, and therefore give us a candle that looks somewhat like this, right, for 9 a.m. And then 9 a.m.'s candle, the 4 hour close will look like what? It'll look the same. It'll look the same as where it is right now. It'll just be a 4 hour close below most recent support, right? Because you want this 4 hour candle to close below support, but there's no top wick. So then the next 4 hour candle for 9 a.m., right? If you don't pull back for 8, then the next 9 a.m. candle will before coming further down, because this is how it's gonna look, right? And that'll be a top wick tapping to 35, 33 levels. So in terms of buys, that's where I'll look for buys at, around 29. Let me just find the exact price point, but I believe it's gonna be around those ranges. Yeah, it should be around like here for now. Let's see. 28.736. Yeah, then you have range to 31. That's like a nice $3 push, $2.5, $3 push. It's not bad. All right. Yeah, probably around 28.736 here. And then for sells, the only way I can get sells is probably around like 30, 35, 33 levels, to be honest. Because you have no top wick at like around those ranges, unless this 1 hour count comes up. If this 1 hour count continues to push up here and it breaks the highs at 33 and taps into 30, 35, then sure, we can look for buys or sells. Yeah, we can look for sells there, but I'll say right now I'm looking for buys around here. Let's put a line here. Just put this as buys. To grab liquidity, come back up, and a 4 hour close, and then 3 or 2, you can look for price sells around 35, 33, because that'll be your liquidity for us to drive down since the bias is still bearish. All right, chat. But that's what I got going on today. For now, that might change, or that likely will change during the session, because this is like my first analysis of the day. You know, as I go through the days, I'll adjust my analysis due to price changing during the session, like levels being respected or breaking, whatever. So I likely will update the analysis, but for now, as of right now, that's what I got. All right. So this entire idea today, if I were to just dumb it down, would just basically be the 4 hour candle. That's all we're doing. We're just reading the 4 hour close, because that has the most information right now in terms of all the time frames, right? You guys get me? You guys with me or what? Makes sense? Or is it just gibberish right now? It's a Monday, it's a Tuesday, so I don't blame you. But yeah, man, that's the analysis there. So if you guys ask me buy or sell, man.
Hey, yo, future effects in the building.
Effects.
Honestly, I think that sniper entry track could have been
standard or royal. I did,
you know,
royal.
Chances of you
royal
coming back up there.
Good Sandman.
I mean, there's a possibility.
Hey, yo,
but you
Sandman,
have structure printed now. Like you have, you know, it's good you have structure here now, because like that runner would have ran.
All right, 15
And I was thinking of
closure coming
holding,
up
like,
in,
well, not really, but maybe
6
if it was like a
minutes.
weekday, you know, not a Friday though. Over the weekends is I haven't held over the weekend in a while. It's like I don't know what can
How
happen
much
over
does
the
it
weekend,
cost for
right?
you
But
to
in terms
take
of
the
like
400K?
during the
It's
session,
about $1,800.
during the weekdays, maybe we could have held, maybe because our target was like 1925.
Hey, Yanosh, what's your name on Discord? How much is gold spreads on the funded trader? It's not too bad. Right now it's 1 pip. 1.2. Oh, look at this. Gold coming back down too. Lovely. We never broke the daily highs. Let's
But yeah, like
let's
the
just
buys
wait
at
on
the
the 15
floor is
here.
basically the motion being printed.
And then we should be good to
If you
go.
do come down here, like, it also depends on time too. Like if this move were to happen, like the second half of the 1 hour candle, shit, perfect. If it happens during comics open, we may look for support form or something before looking for that move, like the motion printed, right? That might make more sense, but yeah, no, like it comes down to what time is exactly as well. Yeah, I have comics open in about 10
Prop firm
minutes.
am I using?
Here,
I'm
so
using the funded
you
trader.
should get some more volume. You just had the ADM opening.
You're a
The
guy
New
or
York
girl.
opening, so now it's just the comics open, and then you have the NYC open at 9:30.
Can't stop, won't stop.
How much time will it take to build the setup? I don't know.
Where
It
would I
could be
place
the next
stops
like 10
now?
minutes.
I
Could
would
be the
place
next
them. Let's see.
like
So
15.
probably same
Looking at price right now though, it's
they're
like
gonna
gonna be around
above
like
the
8:30, 8:35.
Well,
We'll
we're
get
probably going
positions.
to take it off the break of the lows
If,
here.
like,
So
potentially.
I would say same spot, right above the previous candle high.
Let me just put.
We'll look
Actually,
to take
no,
our
no,
buys
I'm not gonna
up
put
there.
that. You
I
gotta
mean, we'll
watch
look
the
to
streams.
keep our stops
I
above
feel if
there.
I put this, people would be like, people will only check the
But looking
streams
good,
whenever we get
looking
to
good.
that time.
So let's see how this 15 closes, gang, and we'll let it rip.
Next potential position is in 1 minute. Every minute is a
We got
potential
clean
position.
traffic
So I guess you
coming
gotta sit here and watch.
Clean.
Facts.
Yeah, previous 1 hour high. Yep.
I got no opinion, man. On
that is,
MFF situation.
That is
No opinion. It just sucks for traders, but you know,
about 20 pips away. So I think that's
I got
pretty
money in
clean.
there too.
We could use
Or have withdrawn. I haven't withdrawn yet.
you know,
Withdrew
we
yet from
probably
there,
could
but
enter on the break of
I
these
don't know.
lows
No
here.
opinion. No
But
comment.
if we do enter
None of
here,
my business.
you know,
None of
this
my
is what it
business,
looks
man.
like on the 30-minute.
I always told you guys, man. I
So
always
if we
prefer,
if we
you know,
enter on the break of the
I've always
previous 1 hour
preferred,
lows,
my
we'll
funds.
we'll be breaking this low here. So I think that's going to be the best.
But even my funds, you know what I mean?
entry.
Like nowhere, like
especially
any
if it's
broker
only a
out there,
5 pip
like
difference.
doesn't matter if they're
I'd rather
regular,
let those 5
unregulated,
pips
you know,
go
like
and,
anything can happen at any given point, right?
you
So
know,
like,
take advantage of the.
you don't want to
break
have all
lows.
your eggs in one basket. Like this isn't. Well, this is, I'll say majority of my trading funds are in this broker, but in terms of like you want to diversify your funds, right? You want to kind of put your funds in different brokers, different accounts, different fundeds, whatever. You don't want to have all your eggs in one
You're gonna
basket.
buy on pound yen, nice.
I'm sure you guys heard of that a lot on Twitter lately because that's what everyone's been saying. But it's true, right?
Oh,
You
nice.
don't want to have
Nice challenge.
all your eggs in the basket because you know that
820
basket.
coming. Yep, 820's coming. That's
Um,
why.
Something happens in that
we're gonna have,
basket, you lost all your eggs,
Potentially here in 2 minutes.
lost all your funds.
2 minutes.
But yeah, like I said, if any
Yeah, let me
broker out there, no
820.
matter what they are, regulated, unregulated,
Love me some 820.
some shit can always happen. You know, like Blueberry is regulated,
So, yeah.
right? But again, it doesn't mean shit, right? You can just pay for a regulation badge. And it's not hard. That's not that complicated to pay for a regulation badge. But yeah, be careful, man. It's fucked up, but you know, it's the game we play.
Yeah, let's see.
It's the game we play with these brokers. Yes, no, man. Yes, an FTX. Remember that? Last year? Don, your
Yeah, what is
950K
this? It's
account
like
means what percentage of your work, boss?
1932. Yeah,
I
like
guess we'll never know.
1932, 100 or something like that.
What are you looking for when choosing a
15
broker?
Close below again. That's what we want to see here. We want to see this 15 close below this level here.
Some brokers, like I'm looking for obviously good spreads, good spreads, good yeah, just honestly good spreads.
I'm using.
I don't really care much for commissions, but honestly, it's good spreads. Obviously, making sure to pay that you can deposit smoothly and you can withdraw smoothly. It just happens to be so that this broker doesn't charge commissions on gold, and then also it got very low spreads. Right?
1 minute.
You probably like this is the lowest spreads you probably see on many brokers. And yeah, like that's what I look for. A lot of brokers might have smaller spreads, might charge you more on commissions.
Let's take a look at the 4 hour.
Or it might have smaller spreads, but withdrawals take longer. Like like
it we also have some sort of a 4 hour resistance
on what your comfort level is with brokers. But for me,
like really like to see that
spreads aren't bad here.
Get a top
9.8, like 1.3 pips, 1.2 point, like less than
we're
the
gonna
pips
listen to price action, regardless,
much, right?
and see what we got. 28 seconds.
What I recommend Blueberry, I'm using them for a little bit over a year now, a year and a couple months.
Ever get 100 pips on 40 lots?
Yes, I've seen you trade this account for a year on stream when it was at 147,000 last year.
So we got 8 seconds here.
Does the head and shoulder panels retest? I don't trade head and shoulder panels.
Close above, close below
Instead of asking though,
close above here.
if a head and shoulder panel retest, ask yourself what a head and shoulders is.
We're gonna continue to wait.
Right? Like look at the charts.
Looks pretty clean.
What is a head and shoulders?
Right, the 1 hour had closed.
You know, the markets
below,
don't just print these random patterns out.
You know, we're in a very
and
choppy
name them
range
head and shoulders.
right here.
They print these round patterns out.
It's tough
to grab areas, to reject off areas, to tap areas, right? So ask yourself, like, what's a head and shoulders?
Remember,
is it market structure?
Bearish,
is it
we broke the highs
is it
too.
a lower high,
lower
low being formed? Like, you know, like understand what you're trading. Don't just say shit just to say shit, right? Because once you actually understand what you're trading,
a bit sketchy.
You can actually understand if you're going to retest, right? You understand the process of the retest. What's happening when you're retesting? What's happening in the 4 hour time when you're retesting on the 1 hour? Is the 4 hour candle creating a top wick for the 1 hour candle? Is this doing, like, you know, like you have to understand each every little thing that you're doing when you're trading FX. Especially when you're going with those terms, right? Like, yeah, head and shoulders could be I guess like a term to describe that pattern, to describe that move. But understand exactly what that move is and what price is doing when it's creating that move on different time frames, right? So, like that's kind of what you want to practice doing. But yeah, again, I want to trade head and shoulders, but I'm assuming like this is what you're looking at right now, right? You're looking at this, your left shoulder, your head, and your like your right shoulder. But then again, someone could be looking for a head and shoulders. We're looking to adapt to the markets. So then now it's like, okay, well, if this is your left shoulder and this is your head, then where the fuck's your right shoulder? Is this it? Or are we gonna come up to create another right shoulder? But in terms of market structure, price action, what's it show? It shows that you already established the support. You already established the resistance. You already broke outside the range. You closed outside last night. Now you have no top wick. So person A could be like, okay, well, if this is your left shoulder, by the way, I'm not flaming head and shoulder. I'm just trying to show you as an example. But like, if this is your left shoulder now, that person might be like, okay, well, your right shoulder technically should form up here then, right? Because then that's when you have your full head and shoulders form. So, but you know what we understand is that if you were to come up and create a top wick, like we explained earlier, that'll be what? Liquidity wick, right? A liquidity being grabbed. So in terms of a top wick, you may see it reject off here instead. 1940, 1937. It might not come up to here, right? And if it were to come up to here, then there'll be some type of support formed here. So you'll see like price push up, whatever. And then like if, for instance, if you were to see price push up today, it wouldn't just push up like this. Very rarely will do this, right? But what it may do is it may do this, right? And then create bottom wick structure, and then it'll push up. But then again, you can then now just take buys from here to here then, if that were to happen. Because then you'll see structure being broken. You see price printing, levels closing above certain areas, creating top bottom wicks, right? Like to grab liquidity going up to retest the highs. Like if you were to come up, that's what you'll see. But Think about it. If you grab structure on your way up, are you gonna come back down? Right? Like, is there a possibility you can come back down after? I mean, you can, but for us to come down, you need to grab liquidity up here again. So then you need to see a candle close like something like this, right? And then if you were to take a right shoulder, for instance, you might get stopped out because price at any given point, since it created a structure on its way up, it changed the dynamic of the charts now, right? The market structure has flipped, right? So for us to come down now, you need liquidity. You see a candle push down like this, okay, sure. Then you can continue to push down. But like then again, right? You just avoid all of this, right? Because you can understand that at any given point, since it's still bullish, it can just continue to push up. But if it were to come back into the ranges, then you'll then see price fill the ranges and come down towards the next support like this, right? But like you have to be able to adapt to the markets because it's not always gonna print your exact patterns all at the same time, right? So you have to have an understanding of like what it's doing, why it's doing that, and on what time frame, like how does it react on a different time frame, right? So that's why you kind of gotta look at patterns. Don't get me wrong, patterns definitely do work to a certain extent. Don't get me wrong, it's just like you have to understand what that pattern really is doing. Like we have like seller replays, we have all these patterns out, right? And we just throw them terms to describe the pattern, but while the pattern is forming, there's other things that are also forming, and that's your job as a trader. Hold on, you have comics open here though. You have should get some volume here, chat. You have the comics open, the 5 close below the range here, so you could come up, create a top wick. Obviously no buys for me just yet, especially during comics. You can easily just rip down here on the 1 hour close. So I want to wait to see if you can form some type of support here, because there's a lot of volume right now. There's a shit ton of volume. You should tap 28, 27 here minimum. It's just what happens at 27, 28 here, right? But there's volume here now, so like any given point you can just rip down. There's definitely no buys here. Look left, like like you technically do have clean traffic all the way to 24. But I was only looking for sells at like 35 or something. Is that it? So look, you rejected 29, 28 now. Okay, so if we can close bullish from the 5, the next 5 creates a bottom wick for the previous 5, sure. We'll look for buys, but you can continue to push further down here for all I know. Look at that 1 hour counter, right? So this is cool. If that move happened, chat, during like 8:40, like the second half of the 1 hour count, sure, I would have taken buys there, right? But it just happened during comics open, and like comics open is like trading news basically. There's volume and price can just easily break through. Yeah, you sort of want this. If this next 5 can come down and break the lows at 28, I'll be in there. Because if the next 5 were to come down, it'll be like the second half of the 4. It'll be like 835, 840 probably when that happens. But you want that 5 to close bullish first. That's key. What fees pay for Blu-ray? You pay spreads. They take you on spreads. It's just gold though. You don't pay commissions for. FX pairs or metals, you don't pay, but like FX, you gotta pay like $7 per lot, which is not bad. $7. Oh yeah, September record. I gotta change that. Yes, sir. Damn, we did 93.3% last month on stream. Let's go do September. Keep that short. September. All right. All right, so that's a channel. Where's a stream? That's a stream. Wait, what do you guys do? August we did 185. The signals did, I think, a bit more. Nothing crazy. Oh no, yeah, 240. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. All right, September. So we did 14.501. 195. Let me change that. 195, 87, 54. Should be about right. 23, 150 or 15. $5,000 pips. All right, so this count closed bearish here. So looks like you could get a push down. You could just re-break the lows and drive. So no positions just yet. I'll say potential positions at 835. Next 5 candle, or the next 5. The next 5. Because now you need to see how this 5 plays out. And if it would have closed bullish back into the range, then that would be 830. And the candle after would be the one that actually, flips on price. Because look at the 1 hour, man. It's just straight up bearish, right? Just pushing. How far we were like only, I guess we were only like 17
bottom
away
G.
from the top wick.
What was this? This was a decent range, right? 19,
Yeah,
20
because we're looking for
pips?
sells around 33 there. But now that you're coming down first, looking for sells is very tough. Because like if look, if this were to happen beforehand, right, chat?
Yeah.
If you never had this push yet,
How do you recognize the onion play?
and
you wait for
this were to,
if
were
you
this
got
were to be a
price
candle,
moving down. So let's say you got
sure,
price that
like
you're
that might have
bullish
been
on the
enough
day,
liquidity for us to drop down
right?
towards
And
24,
price moved
right?
up
But any given point here, since
very
you drove
nicely,
down first,
right? You got candles
you
moving
can still
up,
get something like this that can happen.
and then they start
So
coming
when you come
down,
up to retest
right,
33, ticket sales is very
they
tough.
start moving
because
bearish,
very grab
creating,
structure to
a
continue up,
resistance.
right? So then you
So
easily
all
just
the onion
fly
play
by
is
33.
a
Whereas
support.
if you
So you're just looking for a support to be formed
came up
like this.
first, tap like
And then
35,
this is your
33,
onion play,
and
right?
then
So
continue
this
to
is
push
now
straight down,
we're going to take
you're gonna
buys
see a
to go
drive
back up,
straight past 28,
right, to
29.
continue with that
You wouldn't get any type of
trend.
reactions there.
So all it
Right,
is
type
just
of
kind of
range being
waiting
formed there.
back, waiting for a support to be formed, recognizing that support, and then taking your
Let's see though.
positions
Let's see
on
what
the
this
break
5
of the
does.
highs.
5
here.
looks like it's closed bullish, or may close bullish here.
Vice versa.
Let's see. So
The
we
other
broke the
way.
lows. I was a little worried about that 5, right? Because it closed bearish.
Hey, I'm liking this.
If it closed
Green
bullish
30.
and we broke the lows, we'll be in there.
GJ did the same thing.
But second
Yeah,
time it
exactly.
came down,
There
we
you go.
broke
So
the
that's
lows.
an onion
now
play
you're
right
asking,
there.
why isn't it pushing?
Where price is moving
What's
up
the
and
reason?
then comes down, creates support, and then you could take your buys going up.
The reason is
Yeah,
which
I
is
believe we
right.
are bullish. Yeah, we are bullish on pound yen here today.
Wait, where is he? Oh damn, new setup. New setup, new camera. Damn, bro, look like you're in a retirement home already. Bro, look like you're in a retirement home.
I'm at home with a view. Oh, you can't see.
That's a little weird. Not used to that. Where's the Rolling Stones picture?
We gotta figure out a place for it. I think I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it right above the baby's bed.
Rolling Stone.
Like, yes, baby. Say a prayer to Mick Jagger before you go to sleep.
Where's your lizard tank though?
That muff.
You guys, you guys finished moving in yet?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Is there content on risk management in the V3?
Tell me
Yes,
now,
we talk about
the whole
this a
crib
lot.
right now
There. We
just
have
has
a
your
prop
PC
from
invested
video
in it, huh?
series even in there. Where
This
it
is all
talks
I need for
about
now.
how to pass your challenge.
This game's gonna close bearish again, isn't it? Oh man, might close.
Okay,
below
close is
too.
finally there.
Yeah, man.
We're balancing out on
Wait.
the 50%. I'm not going to go
Yeah.
short here. It's too dangerous.
Close. Close bearish here.
In my
So
opinion here.
no bias, chat.
Look at this.
I gotta change this time. There won't be 8:35 here. It's gonna be 8:45. If
low
anything.
to this high. We're bouncing very strongly from the 50%.
8:42
I
here.
think a lot of guys are shorting now. I'm also thinking, okay, who is shorting at the moment?
Yeah, we just cash last night.
I think there is a big chance we
I
can
think you
turn
guys
around
caught
too.
something, but was it buys or sells?
Some Z's
Z's.
and buys.
Oh,
Cut some
buys.
Z's, cut some
This
buys.
is 1,
yeah.
2, 3,
30,
1,
35.
2.
Wait, no, I lied.
We got a single high
35
taken.
to 30.
Holding a lot of
35,
support here.
37.
A lot of buy order set as well. Yeah, it's
37 to
yeah.
38.
37 and 38.
I'll be careful here with gold.
Not bad, not bad. Shit, I'll take it. I haven't been on a chart since.
I have an idea as well, in case we turn around.
Yeah, I had to tell him that chances of us getting 150 pips are probably not likely, but if we can get 10, 20, we're winners.
GJ, if we indeed break down
Hey,
below
10,
this level,
20,
we're going to
10,
short
20,
it.
10 here, 20
Very
there.
confident about that if you
That's
break
right.
below.
It's bound to
10,
happen
20
though.
every
You
day.
guys are gonna get more runners, right? But this is just like what me and Wix have been preaching the last couple weeks. We've been saying like we have a very high chance now to get runners. Just give it some time. It's only been like 3 weeks since we came back from Florida, or a month now, right? Just give it some time, and I'm sure we'll get we'll show you guys eventually that it's gonna be possible, right? But during the whole entire process of it, you guys are just asking like, Don, but where's the runner gonna be, man? Like, why do you set your TP so far away and it never gets tapped?
GJ, yes, we're focusing on GJ as well.
You guys are gonna see a lot
Right,
more of those
friends.
runners. Just give it time. We can't force these runners. It all comes down to the market conditions, and some days when it lines up with our analysis, we may have those sniper entries and those runners, right? Might be today even, but today very unlikely. We should be like today's should be anywhere from 10 to 70 pip range with the way the markets are looking today, or who knows, might even be further, but I highly doubt it. Unless price is something spectacular before coming down here, which I highly doubt. But yeah, man, it's eventually gonna happen. I'm glad it happened on stream too, because you guys got to see
Only
the
take
whole
this trade
thing go
doesn't
down.
fit the playbook here in this case.
The whole process, right? It just gives you some sense of belief in yourself as well, that whenever you do sample size things and forward test things and back test, like it will eventually pay off, right? And you guys have
It's
seen
very
that
close to
happen.
key levels. You could at any given
Live.
moment just turn around here and flip.
From the day we took our first week entry to people.
And we have
saying,
seen this
"Yo,
already
Tom,
before when we saw
what
this
is
30-minute
new
closure.
entry?
It
What's
came
this
up,
new
came down, came up,
strategy?"
came down, came up and down 3
Yeah,
times
to
before it came
consistently doing
down.
it for a month, to having our best
It's
month
very
on stream
volatile.
ever in August,
And
to catch the
this is
biggest
remotely
runner,
good trap.
like so far off rip. It's only been a month of adapting.
So I'm basically waiting,
Right,
and I'm gonna see
you guys
here
have
what the
seen
dollar
a
will do
huge
on the
progression
lower
in
time
that,
frame.
so
And if you're gonna see,
it's good, right? More worth it than the
Yeah,
pips we gave you guys.
clean 20 pips off the 1 hour time frame. Nice,
Also,
nice.
especially after coming back to our
4 hour packy. Yeah, possibly.
coming back to our
So it's what time is it? It's we're cruising into the last 15 here
fuck,
of
last
the
one I was gonna say, I was reading a comment.
4 hour time
Also,
frame. So or
I'm
4
so
hour
hot.
candle. So
I'm
we'll see if we
on
can get a
auto.
pullback here, and there should be plenty of room to go.
Damn, I forgot.
Didn't
It's
really
not a bit
follow the
important.
playbook,
Yeah, it
won't
wasn't
lie,
that big
but did
important.
gain a small 20 pips. Very nice. Very nice.
Say something that sounds important.
If you're only looking at the 1 hour time frame there, then pretty clean. Pretty clean.
That sounds pretty important.
I couldn't top it. It was too important. I just forgot.
Sometimes
Can you quickly
silence
show Magic Keys properties? Yeah.
speaks
They
louder than
all-
words.
The we.
The we.
You want to see something specific or?
Ooh. What is price doing here? 1 second. Another bearish closure. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. You know what's gonna happen here, chat? 2 things. 1, you close no bottom within a 4 hour close. Because if you're continuing to close bearish here, you're likely gonna see more drives down here. And it comes down to how we close for the 9 a.m. candle. So if we're gonna close here, I'm guessing below his range here, and you haven't grabbed liquidity yet, it's either
you're
1, you close with no bottom wick,
Gotcha.
next candle comes up, crystal top wick, right? I'll prefer we can close with no bottom wick, because then you can just take advantage of the new 9 a.m. candle off rip.
Yeah. So
Once
the
it
idea was
drives,
there, 100%, right?
you might have a sniper
but
entry.
Certain things didn't line
Obviously, the
up.
further you push down,
We'll wait,
the bigger
and we'll
range we
sit tight,
have
and
in
we'll
order
see
to
what
grab
else we got
liquidity
here
to drive
today.
further down. So, I mean, I guess we might get trades at 9 here. This thing is just continuing to push.
Got lots of session left.
Yes, sir. Getting a
Is he
haircut
on-
today.
I'm not in long.
Me and Maverick.
Hey.
Me and Maverick's first
Let's
haircut
go.
today. We about to roll to the barbershop.
We're waiting
We
here.
chopped up
Wait
our
for
boy
price, you know?
Logan.
Potential
What's Maverick gonna
positions. Probably at 9 here.
Maverick gonna get a little trim up.
907 or
He's
something.
gonna get trimmed
Trim.
up today. We're gonna
Cut the
tighten him
edges
up.
off.
Yeah, he gonna tighten up.
Nice.
Hey, we got MT5 opening up somewhere.
What was he gonna say, man? Damn. I was gonna say something.
What's the spread on ACAP right now? Let's take a look. 1 pip, 1.2, same as
yes.
before.
I was gonna say,
Always 1 pip.
Yeah, spreads ain't bad, man.
we also
Spreads ain't
like
bad.
you guys have seen the whole
Very,
process,
very
right?
happy
Like
with
the
the
whole
spreads
process after Florida,
over,
after we had like
MFF spreads,
2 of the
man.
worst months in a minute, like in a while, because it was a very tough July and June for us. It wasn't that bad, but it was, it was a little more on the rougher side. Of the year, I'll say, for the year.
Honestly,
It was
yeah.
one of our-
Alexandria's right. I think most of you probably got
worst
B, right?
performing
Anyway,
months, I'll say.
because this thing was like whipsawing.
That was wilding. A little bit.
Candle was squagging.
But like you guys get the whole experience, right? Like it's
Did
not
you
just
move
like
to the
this.
funded
The way
trade?
the,
Oh,
the,
you guys
the
are
thing
like-
about streaming is that you see all the ups, you guys see all the downs,
Up
and
13
you guys see
pips
how we
and
recover from the downs
went negative like
live
1
every
in a
day,
second.
right?
That's how
And
that
so
came
far,
from.
for every
Yeah,
down we've had
I
on
would've-
stream
I
ever, like
100%
our
would've hit
droughts,
break even
I'll
there,
say,
right? I wasn't
are like
closing
rough
anything till
months.
it's white line.
We've always came back
break
from,
even.
and
Yeah,
that's
me too.
like
All
way
that clean
more
traffic coming
valuable
down.
than just catching
Yeah, I was
whatever we
not
caught
gonna
last month
close
for like on
anything.
200 pips last
If
month, right?
anything,
On
I
stream
wanted
for
to just
free.
go
Like it's
B and
the value there
We
is
got time.
is way more important and way more worth it than the pips.
Any
My
thoughts
max
on
stop loss
bespoke
ever?
funding? The only
My max
thoughts
stop
I
loss
have
ever
on
was
them
probably
is
like 150
my
pips or
buddy
some
uses
shit.
them. He said they're pretty good. He's gotten withdrawal. Payouts. So,
150 pips.
yeah, I really haven't heard anything.
I lied. No, I think I had a
bad
200 pip
about
stop
them.
before. I definitely had a 200 pip stop before. Like 150, 200. For sure. The most we ever got stopped out for was 130 though.
The funded trader.
I'm pretty sure I had like a bigger stop before. Like I had like probably like a 900 pip stop loss before for a swing trade. Like that
Never
monthly
trust the
swing trade that I
first
have right now
15,
running
yep.
still. It was like a wide
First 15
stop.
Go crazy.
But I understand the game I'm playing, right?
TK.
It was a swing trade. Like we're not, it was different
You guys
from
think I'm like the
our 10 pip trade, whatever it is.
prop
But
firm
yeah,
like,
every stops
wizard.
changes over time.
I've
It's
only-
not-
I've
we
only
don't always have
used
the same, same
2
size
prop
stops.
firms, 3 prop firms. So I really
Our
don't know
smallest
much
stop, though,
about
I'll
the rest
say,
of them.
has been
I'm
what,
not
Wix?
the prop firm
Like
wizard,
45 pips
trust
this year, 35.
Smallest stop. Break even. Rough the rip.
That's true. Yeah.
That's why all the
Profits
other
and
prop
break even.
firms you guys asked me about, I'm like, I don't know, right? I can't even give you an
No, I
opinion.
mean, I honestly don't even take a trade unless
Couldn't
the
even
stop's
give you
under
a,
70.
like,
Honestly, if it's
you
70,
know, I have a
pushing
friend that
71
that
minimum.
he
If
I have
the
a
stops are
friend
like
that's such
50,
a
I'm
good
like, where can
trader
I find
that
the
this dude
70 area?
just
Can we push these stops
basically
to around
signs
80?
up for prop firms.
Chat when he
goes
sees
through
me
phase
hovering
1, phase
to look
2,
for a
and
stop.
payouts
All right,
just
chat.
to
So
see
stop's
their-
gonna be
how their
stop
system
right there,
works.
Don. Stop. No,
And,
no.
it's here.
One
Nah,
of
it's
the
gonna be up
companies
here.
he was with was
Fuck.
bespoke.
We're not
So,
hitting
yeah, he
stops.
said that they were really
I'm
good.
not planning on this. I don't have a plan B.
How do you feel about
Plan A
losing
only.
your my
TP.
There's
Forex
no
funds
stops.
account? I feel great,
Don't
man,
even say
because
that
now I
word.
could just trade this
Don't-
400K
negative
account
energy.
and
Don't-
get funded
no,
with
don't
them
Pops,
and
we ain't stopping.
quadruple my income. So I'm feeling pumped up.
Hey, you guys see
That's
that?
funny.
Did you catch that from Nick? Did you catch
We ain't
that?
stopping.
No,
Saw what he did?
we only got goes.
He immediately thought of a positive.
Go around.
Thought of a positive. He just gave himself a positive.
Ooh, what is
environment,
this?
positive
Can you re-break the
situation, right?
lows
He made
there?
it Positive. He made the best out of the situation. Hopefully, y'all caught that.
1927,
Trades.
853. Ain't too bad.
Yeah, like we were saying yesterday, like what are you gonna do?
That's not bad.
Freeze
chat.
up,
It's
be a
not
deer
bad,
in the
it's not bad,
headlights.
It's not bad at all.
Just freeze up, not do anything.
That is
Gotta
not
keep
bad.
moving,
No.
baby.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Keep on
This 5 close
pushing.
bullish here. If we can
Push,
re-break the lows,
push.
top 27,
Break the
853.
previous
We
one,
may
yeah.
have
Not stopping
potential.
yourself, right?
Maybe.
Yep.
Second half of the 1 hour candle here. Yeah, 15 minutes left for the 4 hour
no,
close.
I'm genuinely not upset at all.
You re-break the
Just
lows.
Now I'm gonna
Should
focus on this
see
account.
I'll pop
get
back up
myself
to
funded
retest
here
the highs for a
and
top wick because
document
now
it,
like
and-
you're sort of creating a
'cause I
range
never really
here.
got to document like my other journeys, right? So
You'll
could
likely
document
retest those
this one,
highs or
it'll
form
be
a
fun.
range one
Be a
fake
good
up
time.
before coming down, and that range
again,
gives you
quadruple my income.
what does that give you? It gives like a 17 pip range, like a 13 pip advantage
What
point.
up, Gino
17 pip
Banks in the
range.
building? What up, Gino?
Let's see if you can
Shout
come
out
down
to
and break the
Gino
lows though.
because Gino made the connection with me and Calvin, and we're about to drop that podcast here pretty soon. We've already recorded it; it's already done. So Gino, shout out to you, bro, for
Potential
putting that together,
buys
man.
soon. Oh, that is what you wrote.
W.
Yeah. First off's gonna be
Because I know how the T and the E and the N click
Oh, I'm
after
still
each
on
other.
holiday.
I know when you type the T N, it's like P-O-T-N. You
Hey,
do that
Michael,
really
think of the
quickly.
positive, brother. You
Like,
just
yeah.
passed the challenge.
Potential.
Yeah,
You could
Calling
trade.
out potential.
Facts.
exactly.
Trade.
You pass
You
phase
can go-
one,
Potential.
do it again.
Yeah, bro. You can go get another count and pass again.
1916. What is that?
Yeah,
You got that.
Not too bad.
A lot of things to look up to.
Oh yeah.
You know our trade on Friday was a 1-to-1. We actually had a 1-to-1 on
Which
Friday.
program you suggest on the funded trader? What do you mean?
ours sucks.
Is that like Royal Standard,
Yeah, man,
Royal
ours-
Rapid,
ours
or
sucks
I
for
went
real.
with the Royal.
Is that
I
it?
went with Royal.
Oh no, that was
Cap,
it, right?
And
So you didn't re-break the
Standard.
lows on
Yeah, keep your head
TV,
up, bro.
but you broke the lows
because
on
you got the
MT5.
skill,
I
and
didn't
no
see
one
that.
can take the skill from you, right? They
Damn.
could take an account from you.
That
right?
might have
They
been
can
it.
take that,
That was
but
your
they can't
advantage
take
point.
your skill.
might have
And
been
that's
it.
what I
Access
really
to
mean
this
by
thing.
coming in here and learning
How
the
did they
skill
let you
set,
do
right?
this?
Not just trying to come in here and make
Yeah, you
money.
would've been
Yeah,
breaking
that's
by now.
great. We're gonna
Is that
make
it?
money, but the most
I was looking
important
at
thing is that
TV.
you
That's why I
learn the skill.
I was
Because
looking to
once
tap
you
into
have
like
that,
the
no one can
8
stop
3
you.
area, but that might have
Right?
been it
You'll
for us to
always
come up
figure
now.
out a better way, a different way.
You should see
right?
31
Always
get
find a
tapped there
solution,
minimum,
and you
but
can take that skill.
yeah,
now
that was it right there.
and
They're gone.
go ahead and do whatever you
That was
want with
it.
it. So, as long as you're developing that skill,
But last
bro,
year we would have been like, oh
amazing.
yeah, sell
Just,
stops from the
keep your
breakout
head
lows,
up
right?
And go get
That was
back on the
last year,
horse
bro.
and
We leveled up from that, right?
give it another go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Damn.
Focus on the things that you
Damn,
can
damn,
control,
damn.
Right?
We're gonna get this top weight.
Yeah,
This is
never broke
beautiful.
on,
What did I say about the last 15 of the 4 hour? We are starting to
Last
move
year,
up, and then
we
we
would've
should
got- we
now
would've got
poke our
clapped
head
there,
up
chat.
here. So if
Last
we can
year.
get that, you see how we got the top
now you're
weight
gonna
for
run
the
towards
15?
33,
If we can get the top
and
weight
potentially
for
even
the
towards
4
like
hour
the 35
here,
even.
that would
I'll say
be
35 is a pretty good target.
mwah.
last year, this
Perfect.
shit would have went straight to stops.
Last year, yep.
Gorgeous.
And
We
even
got
if we
clapped
don't
in the
come up
breakout
and
lows.
flip bullish,
You're like,
if the
wait a minute,
candle
I just
closes
entered. How
similar
did we
to
already
this,
lose?
and then the next 4 hour,
Yeah, stops.
right, pops
I'm
up.
telling you guys, chat.
and gives
Why
us
do you
that
why'd you
top
change your
wick,
strategy? Why'd
then
you
we can
adapt? This
come
is
down
why.
Very nicely, I believe. Oh, that looks stupid. Sorry.
Might get more entry chat at 9, but
Right, top wick, and then we can come down.
because you gotta grab liquidity before coming down, right? And this is the liquidity I was talking about. If you guys
Just
are
wait on
asking why is the volume all of a sudden, you have to grab
Or
liquidity
we can make
before
it now. There it
continue
is.
to continue to push
And
further
there's
down.
our 4
Like, we're
hour
still
top
bearish
wick.
today,
And what did it
but
tap
before going
into?
bearish, you gotta tap 35, 33
1928,
first, right? You know what I mean?
025, right on the decimal, gang. Right on the money. Funny how that works, right? Funny how we see that happen over and over and over. And, that's what you get when you sit here and trade gold for 3 years
How big was that push?
straight
That
every
was
day. That's what you get.
40?
Right? You
50,
get
not too bad.
precise predictions. Right on the money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, next trade's at probably like
How'd
907
gold
here
just do
because
that?
if you
Because
pull
gold
back here,
is
like
gold.
again, like there's only 2 things got done here.
That
One, you
brother
have no
stalled.
bottom wick.
Who
2,
still sells?
you close bearish, or
Chat,
3
you guys
things.
still
2, you close
sells?
bearish. 3, you close doji or crane on top wick. And if you do close doji or bullish here on the 4 hour
Jump
close,
gold.
then you
That's
could
all
come
we
up,
knew.
tap
You needed a
38
top
before
wick.
coming down to
Yeah.
retest the lows for sells. Like there's
And
there's
that's
still
why I didn't get into
potential.
sells, right? Because listen,
But,
gang, although it did happen down here, that could have happened
yeah, wait for
here.
4 hour
It could have
close now.
happened here. It could have happened here. It
You
could have
must.
happened here. It could have flipped
identify
and turned
more
around whenever.
levels,
Right,
and
so if
areas.
things
'Cause
aren't
for all I know,
lining
this
up,
would just be a top
Those
wick.
are red flags.
If the 1 hour
that
would have flipped bearish here, then
something
you're
could
gonna continue to push further down
stop
towards
price,
22
right? Now, in
or
our
20,
case today, it
right?
came down. It did tap
But that's
into the
in
zone
14
that we were
minutes here.
looking
That
at.
hasn't happened within the
But
14 minute
notice
mark.
how it came
If
all
the
the
1
way
hour does
back
not
up now to
flip
create
bearish
that
and
top
closes
wick.
bullish,
So.
then the next 4 hour close should come down
that
to
could
the bottom
happen
at 30,
anywhere.
and then from 30
Anywhere.
it should come up to retest the highs, because this is your range now, right? So what you might see at 9 a.m. is you might see something like this form. And then
Yeah, that's why you should
maybe
set a
like
stop loss on each trade.
something like that form to retest the highs, continue pushing further up, because now you need to grab like more liquidity in order for it to drive up, right? Like that was enough liquidity.
Get crazy.
I'll say for us to retest the highs, but for us to continue driving up now, you need more liquidity. Like for us to drive up towards the next resistance. The next resistance is gonna be 1938.
Lovely. Look at this.
So you need to grab something at like 30
Look at
levels or even 29 levels again.
15-minute open.
So I wouldn't have FOMO if I were you guys.
Last 15 of the 4 hour
Honestly,
candle,
the only reason I didn't get in was because I wanted to re-break the lows, and
how the 15
it never did
closes,
on
and we'll be ready on the next
on TV, and I
4
wasn't
hour
looking at my
candle
broker, but
in about 13
it's fine.
minutes.
Again, like no FOMO because we can easily replicate these moves again, right?
Might see these areas.
Yeah, those areas. I honestly wouldn't mind even if the 1 hour close is bearish
Some of
here.
you guys haven't lost 80K
If it
in
does,
the markets
then
before
great,
watching
man.
this.
You have
amazing work from God.
Taking
right
sells
here.
today
Hey,
will give you more potential for
Alexandru,
runners than taking
shout out
buys.
to
You know what I mean?
That's
The
why
close
you
is bearish,
follow
you're
the
still gonna need
playbook.
to
Yep.
come up and re-break the highs and before driving down.
Yeah. 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 To grab the zucchini or whatever here.
Thanks for the wisdom, Nick. Just lost my car.
But yeah, see what I mean
at
here?
least now
Look,
you have
like,
some
we drew
wisdom
that yellow
to
line
go,
here this morning and it
figure
just
out
tapped
another way
on
to
the
get a new car.
dot. Why did it tap that line? To create a top wick for the 4, create a top wick for the 1. So that would have been your ideal target for the buys. But the whole idea today was based off the 4, like this entire breakdown this morning. Very crisp.
Oh, I guess you could delete that signal thing. Delete.
Last
Put
year,
a told you.
what,
Put
a
a
month
told you
ago.
in there. Potential buy soon. Told you.
You know what? You know what? Next year, man. Next year, we're gonna look back at this year and laugh again. Every year so far, we laugh at our last year. We won't laugh, but we're like, wow, like I can't believe we were there last year. Every year so far. So like next year, who knows, man? Like it's gonna be something else. We're gonna evolve. We're gonna improve, adapt, and just get better overall, right? Like next, we'll be like, wow, last year we would have had a drawdown for 2 pips. This year, we only got a drawdown for 0.01 pips or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. Your RR still sucks.
True. True. I need a system update. Who caught that though? Good, congratulations, chat. It was like maybe a pip away from entry. And I think I had this level marked off of these wicks to the left there. I guess could have been a bit higher, but that's fine. I ain't tripping. Caught 10% on the way up. Nice. Congratulations, man. That's a huge rejection count too. It just popped. That minute count just gapped up like 40 pips. Yeah. I still believe you gotta grab liquidity at like 38 levels. So there's a possibility you could come up towards that area still for the day.
Yeah. All right, just call it. Let's get this Wordle in.
I can't, man. It's a Tuesday.
It's only Tuesday.
Could this be the hit where we hit the milestone, chat? Could this be it?
I think you need one more pullback.
Honestly, if yesterday wasn't a holiday and I was off stream, would have been it.
Stack. Wait, can I stack more? Yes. Stack. Need more stacks.
I don't know what the hell a Judah swing is, but we're gonna rename it to the Dawn swing. Dawn swing.
Yeah.
Hey,
that
yo.
right across the street from Don's Meat.
Dawn swing.
Don's Meat and Don's Swing.
I'm a teleport junkie. Man, so I follow this guy. I follow Wisdom on Twitter, right, chat? Why does this guy post the same food every day? Every day he posts the same, 20 slices of chicken breast with some broccoli. And like, I don't know what he has under, to be honest. It never shows, but every day. At least once a day. Hey, man.
Maybe he owns Tyson.
I mean, it's definitely health as well, for sure. It definitely looks healthy. So I got nothing to say, but damn, I get bored easily in my food chat.
He's sponsored by.
Yeah, he
Tyson
definitely got a
Farms.
1 year deal with consistency.
Got
yeah,
these chickens, yo.
Consistency. No cells or chat. This line should be removed there. No sells here. Not here at least. Cause now we're looking for buys, right? Cause like we gotta wait for the 4-hour close now. Like sells would have only been there if the 4-hour count closed bearish here, but I'm assuming this 4-hour count is gonna close doji, to be honest. Doji or a weak bearish maybe. I don't think it's gonna
You know what
close
that means, chat,
too
right?
strong of a bullish candle.
You know what that means, chat, right?
What does that mean?
It means Don will be back in a few minutes. Because you're getting a 4-hour close. I say
Oh, yeah, I'll be back.
9:56.
I'll be back. I'll be back
Me
for 9.
Me too. Wait. Let him walk out the room. He's gone, baby. Hijack this fucking stream. Let's go. Bring in the strippers. Bring him in. That way. Sit him down that way. Bring the strippers. Cargo plane full of drugs this way. Chat, party at Don's stream. Party in here. Yeah, we're gonna continue the party. Yes, the strippers will be back at 8 p.m. Eastern too. Shameless Asian session plug time. We'll be live at 8 p.m. Eastern to continue our win streak. Right? Boy, talking to invisible people. Yes. I got chat excited. Chat's like, ooh, I'm up for that party. Ma got in the house. He's had a long weekend. Wick, stop spamming. I'm not spamming. I've never typed in the chat, ever. How old the strippers? We start them off at around 65. They're all retired. All retired. Retired strippers. We got to support them somehow. I mean, what do they do after they retire? You can't go get a pension, huh? The stripper fund? Supporting the retired stripper community. I'm just trying to make it into a few of their wills. You know what I'm saying? Love the colored frames behind you. Looks nice. Yeah. The problem is every time I want to lean back, I smack the shit out of these and they fall. I had to move the table way forward. Not strippers with bad knees. Fuck is going on? It's all right. You never had a stripper with a knee brace? Some carpal tunnel brace while you're swinging on a pole? You never had one of those? I order mine with football helmets and just in case. A little back brace and one of those walkers. Dude, he's out to the new. Throw him over the shoulder. Magic Mamas. Or coming in with their own box of Depends and shit. All right, everybody, please welcome Lucille to the dance floor. Don't put any cash in her depends. Throw it onto the floor. Not Lucille. We looking at setups? No, we're not. We're waiting for a 4-hour close and for Mr. Donvo to come back. They accept credit card? No. Food stamps only. Funny money, that's what they take. The pineapples on Donvo's seat? No, that's one only pineapple. That's the pineapple we didn't take with us on Friday. That's the pineapple I wished it was there on Friday. Bat Erdene Bagi. Hi. How do you know Mr. Donvo? We spent time on the rock together. We shared a cell. Speak Russian, Wix? Yes. Can. Do I typically? Not really. You was in for fraud? No, I'm out for fraud. Hello from Mongolia. Hello. You play catch the soap? Trust me, no one can catch the soap. It's impossible. You ever drop the soap? You can't catch it. You need to wait for it to stop moving and pick it up with like a towel or something. You need to get some Edward Scissorhands and just... impossible to catch a moving soap. Nah, I drop the soap, I'd be like, oh, well, I guess I gotta go buy a new one. I don't pick no soap up. Max, I'm from right near the beach. I was born in Ukraine, though. Soap catchers.
Oh fuck! The 4 account closed bullish here.
Bottom of key.
Yeah, bottom wiki chat. You can come down and tap into, I'll say, 1931.3. I'll look for buzz. Because now that you actually broke through 33, if you were to flip here, you're gonna drive up towards minimum like 35, maybe even 39. 39 will be our TP, but it's gonna be a stretch. I'll put 35 as a pretty decent target. But yeah, I want us to come down here to create a bottom wick. It's just let's see. Bar close above, drove up. Yeah, 30. You might even see.
Yes, Valor, I am.
32.1 maybe. 32.3.
BB.
Nope. I'm gonna rebreak the lows now, so I move that down a little bit. 31.9. Yeah, 31.9 I'll say. Be like a 40 pip range, chat. 40, 50 pip range-ish. Not too bad. You may not see the same heavy push again, but you'll see a push. Some decent volume here. Yeah, 31, 32-ish. So this is the first flip here on the 4-hour close. If it comes down to rebreak its own low, it's gonna rebreak its own low, and it may not be 31 then. We may have to move it down towards 30 or something, a little lower. Let's just see how it reacts here. Right, because it breaking the highs, flipping bearish, like these things matter because you might not see it on the 5 right now because it's just open, but on like a small time frame scale, like as you see those movements, like there's structure being formed, there's structure being respected, there's highs being broken. Like it's just think of it as like pretend each movement on price was a candlestick. So right now in the 1 minute time frame, you probably have a range on fake out because you were bullish, price came down, rebreak its own low, came up, flipped bullish, broke the highs, right? So that's a range 1 on the break of the highs, and depending on how it closes here in about a minute, it may just be a fake out for us to drive down, and therefore you're gonna see the next 5 fill its wick down because that's a fake out on the 1. And as it comes down towards 32, right, since it's a fake out, you might see the rebreak of lows, and then that'll take you down towards like 30, 31 areas, right? So, and then since you had no liquidity on the 1 minute time frame, you know, like you gotta come up to create liquidity, and therefore you have your ranges from here to here, right? But like that's kind of how that's kind of what I'm looking at. While I look at the 5 minute candle, I'm not just looking whether or not it's bullish or bearish. I'm looking like at each little small detail, each little movement on price because it matters.
I mean, you can your bias can switch from bullish to bearish at a resistance or the support level, right? And any of your levels that are marked up, you can literally. It depends how you react at those levels. That's what's going to decide if you're going to have buys or sells. You can be bullish and take a sell at 35. You can be bearish but take a buy at 29. You know what I mean? So
yeah, we can still get sells.
Your bias won't determine your actual entry or position. It'll give you an idea of where you can take it or what to expect from the market. That's why Don's like, I don't know about these runners if we're going to look for these buys here. Because you understand the daily bias.
GJ, no, I'm not looking for GJ right now. I'm looking at just gold. Looking at potential gold buys, potential gold sells, potential gold overall.
Positions. Yeah, that's French for positions. Position.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Unveiling.
No, that ain't French. Croissant. Sounds like you really got to spit and shit. Croissant. You're like, what? It's a lot of phlegm right there.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it.
Croissant.
I took French for like 9 years of my life, chat, since I'm in Canada here, and the only thing I know is Bonjour, je m'appelle Unveiling. That's all I remember.
Be like, do you want bread or a tissue? Nah, which one you want?
Bonjour. What's the risk percentage you would advise me to take for my challenge with your signals? I would recommend anything that does not blow your account. So, like, I can't really, like, I'll say it depends on how big the stop is, obviously, right? Because our stops are different each time. Like, you kind of have to measure out the average stop loss to that account per trade, right? So whether it's 1% risk per trade or 2% risk, depending on your drawdown that day or drawdown limit, whatever you got to work your way around, it's kind of up to you. Like, I don't know. Chat, what do you guys use? That's the chat. People who are in the channel, they're themselves. What do you guys risk per trade? Like 1%? Like me, I risk around, you know, anywhere from 1 to 10%. But I'm not unfunded. There's no drawn limit for me. So like some trades might be 3%, some trades might be a little more. Let's see, you can tap here, chat. 1930.73, or my bad, 1931.160. It's gonna be at 31.140, or it's gonna be 30. One minute for a closer. I'm assuming this count's on a close bearish.
Doing a challenge now. I hope you got it with MFF.
Can we tap 31? This count has no bond wick. That'll be perfect, but it may just form bond wick here. And it also comes down to how it opens up here, because it's unclosed bearish here in the 5, right? It's not the first 15 is unclosed up as well in about 5 minutes too. But you have no top wick in the 15, no top wick on the 31 hour, or no top wick at all form yet. So you got to retest the highs. So we can come down first here, break the lows, tap into 31.147. I'll look for buys.
Especially with that last 4 hour flipping in the very end and closing bullish.
Yeah.
Why would it do that at the very end if it wasn't? If it was going to continue down, it probably would have stayed below. It would have stayed bearish.
If it comes up and taps 34 first, chat, might be a little rough. So you want it to come down, tapping 30 levels before it comes up and tap 34 again, right? Because once it actually taps 34, what is that? The retest of the highs. And if that's the retest of the highs, that's the 4 hour flip. That might have been liquidity for us to continue driving, right? For all I know. So taking buys there, or sells there is very tough. After, because your form structure, you know, your form the zucchini and stuff to come down.
Might actually form the higher time frame motion, like a motion on 30 or the hourly.
Yeah. Like this 15 also closes like bullish or bearish as well here in 3 minutes. So if this 5 does stay bullish here, then what you might see is this, the break of lows and then flip, and then we'll get entries around here instead 30s. But like we're only looking at target like 30 pips here, like a 30 pip range. We're not looking for runners. Like my TP is gonna be 39, but you know, today especially since the bias is bearish, like I don't want to have any crazy runners today because I'm expecting the daily to still continue to push down. Our daily target was 1924, right?
Homie said, "Sell now, no time to explain." That's how you should start the stream off.
Yeah,
right, Chad. Sell now, no time to explain.
Sometimes, I think there was one stream where I did that. Off rip, first minute into the stream. All right, Chad, got in a position here, and then I think yeah, that was it. I could have ended the stream at like 7:30. No positions here yet, chat.
To type it twice, but not explain. Word. Oh.
29.6, 29.5. 1 minute for a close there. I'll prefer we have no bottom wick, but let's see. This range to this range is a nice 16 pip range. Let's see. Because now if you're closing below this range, right, chat? If you're closing below this range now, chances of you retesting 33 versus you retesting 31, you have a higher chance of retesting 31 and 33. This range is much, I'll say, more doable now because you sort of close below this support, right? If you never close below and you're here still, yeah, you can come out to retest this. Because the only way I can get sells is if you come out create a top wick. If you come out create a top wick at 1936, sure, I'll look for sells for around there for you to come back down. Especially if it's 1530 closes bearish, because then that would just be a 15-minute top wick for us.
The thing is, if it comes up there, it probably won't come back down based on the 4 hour, the previous 4 hour, and now this. It'll flip and it'll drive.
Possibly. 16 seconds there. Oh man, why no bottom wick here?
Wick's got new background. Yeah, somebody broke into the crib and just hung up new paintings all over the place. Assholes.
I wonder who it was. Oh, nice.
They even put in a window.
Was that it? Was it the breakout lows? You're not going to tap into 30-28 here?
I mean, it would be fine if it taps 29.
Or 29.4. Just the re-breakout lows completely. How big is this range now? 20 pips. Not too bad. Should revert the lows there. You may even get a re-breakout lows at 1927 for I know. By the way things are looking. Because if you were to drive up here, like you can retest 31 here. But for you to drive up towards 35, I believe you may have to come down a little further now. At least to re-break these lows again, which is going to be into the 28 levels. And we may even get positions instead of 27, 26 instead of 29 here, chat, depending on how this 15 closes. Because that'll lead to the 3rd minute NYC open. Or it might be a plot twist, might just get buys. Who knows? Or my bad sells. But there's nothing right now for me. I'm still waiting here. Potential positions are going to be at probably 9:30 or something. 9:35. Because you need liquidity here for it to drive up. So you don't have to retest the lows. And or this could be a top wick for the 15, right? The 15 is still open. It could just be a top for us to drive back down. So if it does drive back down, it comes down to how it closes. Because if it drives back down, it's gonna flip bearish, obviously, right? So it can easily at any given point close bearish below the range. So you probably want to wait for this 15 to close. Or it might come down, fill the range, flip bullish again, and do what the 5 kind of did earlier today. Right? Earlier at 8:30, we're waiting for the 5 to close at bullish support and then re-break the lows. Like we could get the same play here. The ideal position obviously would have been the one we had earlier, right? At 28, but this is fine as well. I just believe though, if you re-rate the lows here, it's gonna be a strong drive towards at least 26 here. And I don't know this 4 count is gonna ride up as well though once it flips. Because like this 4 closed, I think respecting here. What'd you say?
Does internet speed play a role in my camera quality?
Nah. You know what it does though?
The camera quality.
Camera quality. Nah, because if your Wi-Fi is shit, then your whole quality will be shit too. Like it would just be like you'd be lagging and stuff, but I don't think it affects your quality.
It doesn't affect like the display, the actual picture quality.
No, why is your Wi-Fi shit?
No, it's better than it was in the previous one.
What's it at? Have you tested the download speed?
Yeah,
What did it show?
980.
Damn.
Yeah.
I think you have better speed than me now.
I'm literally getting gig speeds.
Damn. There goes that man.
I'm getting 800 on the upload. I'm getting 980 on the download, 800 on the upload. Get like 980 download a month.
Fake out. Should continue and push.
Get on the upload. Yeah, I was getting like 15 in my old house. Now I'm getting 800.
And then
That man's got his own satellite. $1K download, 500 upload. Yeah, that's the kind of numbers I'm getting right now. A little better. Damn, Kieran gets 1K upload and 1K download. He's running a wire straight from the fucking cable provider. he's got a 2-mile wire, 2-mile fucking Ethernet cable. Plugged in straight to the station. When no word, he clicks the link and they fucking bitches appear in the room. You're like, damn, that's high quality speeds right there. I mean, it doesn't matter. You guys aren't streaming, right? You're watching this. So like, it's fine 30, 50, right? Like, but if it's just, once you're streaming and you have a bunch of things open, that's when it gets tough. That's when you need faster speeds. For your guys' purposes, you really don't need faster. If you get the 15 closing bullish here, and the next 15 breaks the low of this 15 and taps, I have 29.4 for entries. And you can start expecting the 30 to flip, the 30 flips, the hourly will flip, and then one will go after the other, the 5, 15, and 30, the hourly, the 4 hour. All start flipping.
$34. What is this? World top wick. I'm trying to see if I'm not trying to see. I believe we may get sells at like the break and 4 highs. At like 34, 35. It's either we come down, tap like 19, like for buys, like, because you're gonna re-break the lows here. Like, there's a very high chance in this like small, like on the 15 and shit. You're gonna re-break the lows here. It's just like, will it continue, right? But if you don't break the lows and you flip bullish on the 4 here, I believe you need a lot more liquidity here for us to drive up towards 1930 or 1938 here. You may see a drive up to fill the wick, tap like 35, 36, but you're gonna have to at least come down towards like 1920 here if you were to drive towards those ranges. I mean, looking left, that's just what happened in the past. You came down to at least 25, 20 before making your move up, and you only came down 28. And I look left from the 4 here, right? Last time came down 28. Like, you just came up to 30, 35 and just continue to drive further down towards 20. And the daily's still bearish. So it's just like, well, we can come up, break the highs in the 4. We can get some potential sells. And even if you don't get the sells, you gotta come down to at least tap, so at least retest 31.
Doing grades right now, Chad. If you don't participate, you're getting a 0. That's why the pen is out.
Yeah, I had to lock it in here. 34 to 31. This gives you 15 pip range. This gives you a 37 pip range. Let's see. You have 4 minutes left for the third close there. This third close will be very key. If it closes bullish the way it is, like if it closes like this, that'll be perfect. Right? If it closes like this though, then no sells, obviously, right? But if it closes bearish, I mean, like this is fine as well. I prefer if it can close bullish though. If it can close bullish looking like this, that'd be perfect for us for the next 30-minute candle.
It'd be even better if it can close bullish with no top wick.
Yeah, that'd be even better. But the break of the highs is what you want to see here. Our target here for buys when we're looking for buys at our chat was 35. It was there for a reason, right? Because you haven't tapped, like if you were to come down and tap like 20, sure, our target could be up at 39, but 1 hour close below the range here, or 4 hour close respecting resistance here still, you can easily re-break the highs and continue to push further down. Coming down to like 24. You can literally get the same mirror here. Like this is the exact same mirror, right? You're once closed bullish here, same bond wick area, sorta. Came down for the rest of the range, came down for the rest of the range. You're looking at that same exact mirror, same push you had coming down as well. So just the re-break of the highs, I'll say. So it's gonna be around like, I'll say it should be around 1935, 36-ish. Depending on the 5 too, because you're gonna retest the highs, and then it comes down to how the 5 closes, how it opens up, right? All that good stuff. But we can open up no bottom wick, perfect. 19, 20. And for sells, you can have runners too. That's the thing. The sells has more opportunities for runners than the buys. Right? For buys, we're targeting like 20, 34, 35. Right? For sells, though, you have unlimited range. You have range to like 20, 19, 11 even, but likely 25, 20 would be our TP. Coming from 34, 36, which is pretty good still, but yeah, like runners for sells are a lot more probable, I'll say, than the runners for buys. So give it like maybe chat here, another 10 minutes here, another 5-10 minutes here. It could form right at 8:30, depending on how it opens up. It can also form on the last 15 of the 4 hour of the 1 hour as well. Because if you haven't flipped it right, if you flip at the end, it's like gonna pull back, and that'll give you your advantage point. All right, 30 close. 5, 4, 3, 5 close bullish. Okay, cool. If this can just push up first, that'll be great. No bond wick would be perfect. But it looks like you're gonna create a bond wick first. Yeah, that's tough. Did you break the lows? No, you did not. Gotta retest this point, right? 1931. Yeah, let's see if we can tap 35 here. 35.416. Bond wick first. Again, Chad, we could get buys, we could get sells. You know what I mean? Like, our bias is bearish, but if this thing doesn't come up and tap 35, 34, you could end up getting buys at 28.
Wherever it gets to first.
Yeah. It's up to the market.
It's gonna need to get to one of them in order to get to the other. So it's got to get to 28 in order to get to 35 after. Or if it comes to 35, it's gonna come to 28 after.
Yep. Could be a no trade day even for all I know.
I have 35. I got 35.06. I got 29.4.
I got you, Elvis. Where is it? Might be 37 instead. If you broke the lows first here in the 5, you might see we may just get 37 instead of 35 chat for sells. If you didn't create a bond wick first, then I would have been fine with 35, but bond wick was formed first here. And it broke the lows too, which means that it will create more room for you to drive up, which will lead to the next resistance 36.893. Because then if you were to come, let's say the next 30 closes or the next 15, it would look something like this. Right, if you close bearish here, this would be the next 15. And that'd be a strong drop down. And you have runners. But think about it. These, if you were to continue down, this isn't enough liquidity yet for us at all. Might be an awkward day, but let's see. Not too late yet, right? It's still early to the day. It's only NYC open. Only 9:30.
London been way better than New York this week. This is the first fucking session in New York. What the fuck are you saying?
I feel like people say shit based on how they perform. Like they catch 10 pips during London first session, like, oh yeah, London's been way better than New York. Or you
It's
know,
the first New York session of the week.
it's been pretty good today. I feel like just people just say like whatever, this is better based off of how they perform. Like, oh, markets are playing with me right now.
No,
You know,
London ranged. I mean, well,
London was good last night.
London moved, but it ranged for me. It ranged by the time I got off. Then it started moving.
You guys have to treat every session fairly, man. There's no better, there's no worse. Each session has their own playing cards, and you gotta learn
London
to
was
deal
open
with.
yesterday.
You know,
Yes.
deal
I
with
said
the
New
cards you're
York
dealt
was
with.
it's the first New York of the week. We don't know if London was better because we haven't had New York. And it's
New York's not even done yet. London's actually still going on right now.
London's not even done
That-
yet. It's the first session for both this week.
Asian's definitely the best session ever.
Where are you predicting the best price to take profit?
8
I
p.m.
would
Eastern
say
chat.
right down
Make sure
here
you don't miss
at
that.
this, right around these levels here. It's probably going to be best. This 1 hour
Do
support.
not miss the Asian session.
If we
We
can
are
get a
on
closure,
a
price to
nice
come
win
down,
streak. With
fill
10
this
or
wick,
9 in a row, I think.
and just shy of that wick fill is where I will take profits. And then if we do close back above
Okay.
the range bullish, then what I'll do is I'll look to close the position and manage it right there.
9 straight. What do you get for your 10th win straight?
We're going to have Don Vo do a 24-hour stream.
WW. Is the trade still valid for someone? Yeah, I would maybe just wait now. Wait for the 15 to close and then see where we're at that point. Or wait for the
Yeah,
30 or wait for the 15 to close.
Next time I do a 24-hour stream chat, it better be a runner position and not no
Where's
drawdown
the stops?
position for 24
The
hours.
stops are sitting right above the
Or
highs
that better
here.
be more than 147.
Yeah, right above the previous candle high.
I wonder what our biggest runner will ever be on stream. I guess we're yet to find out.
Forever?
Bring out the whole volume.
ever.
Yeah, we got
No,
volume.
when we're
Just which
sitting
way we're
down
gonna push
about
now.
20
We're gonna
years
push
from
up or
now.
down.
Doing a virtual,
down?
in-person, live hologram meet and greet. We'll be talking about the longest runner we've ever had. You missed that, Wix? The 147, you catch some? I got 0. I caught 0 of it.
Bro, I
And
thought you caught
knocked-
something. Like I thought
I was moving. I had no internet. I had no computer. Everything was off, shut off. I had shit in the truck. I got nothing.
it's fine.
And I don't care. I didn't miss, like, I wasn't there all weekend, like, fuck. Damn it.
You're gonna get that whatever again. Like it's gonna happen.
This the background of this music sounds like Seinfeld. You ever heard the beginning
Yeah, I
of
mean,
Seinfeld? It's
like, I've had my share of runners, and I see how we trade. Like, I know how we trade. I know, I
You
understand
took a
the way we
buy.
trade,
Oh,
so I
good for
see
you.
the potential for runners. I'm not, I didn't have FOMO. I was happy you guys caught it, because then it was going to be a great
Let it
weekend for
rain.
everyone. It was a long weekend. It was it was a Labor Day weekend here in the U.S. So it was a great way to end it for you guys. So I was really happy
Yeah,
that
so-
happened.
Jerome
Well,
It's
just
that
called
honestly-
up.
honestly-
yeah,
just
but
got
I
the
was
text
really,
message.
I was honestly truly happy for
Should see
everybody.
you
And,
soon.
All right, cool, cool.
I
cool.
know
I was about to-
that when I'm on, I get my stuff too, right? So like, you guys deserve it. You guys, it's been a while. You guys have seen
What we want to see is we
drawdown,
want to see
100
that
pip
low break
drawdown,
again.
right? You guys
And once
deserve
that low
100
breaks,
pip win.
that'll be awesome.
Congratulations! I'm glad you guys got it.
It's honestly impossible to get FOMO when you
Struggle to say good for you.
understand that move is
Yeah,
gonna replicate again.
And it's not missing because I'm not missing out, right? Like I'm missing out on
G
everything
vibes.
that I'm not doing anywhere else in the world right now, right?
Oh, nice. Pass my challenge in
It's
a
just
day.
there's no FOMO there because I really
Cool, that's
understand it.
And that trade wouldn't have changed your life. 147 pips.
They won't
is
let me
not
do
gonna
it
change your life.
until yeah.
I
You
could've-
gotta go
I
like
could've
I think
caught
like
1,000 pips
5
yesterday,
days
and
for
it would
most of these
not-
firms.
In any significant way,
and then
no,
they'll
it
let
would
you
not change me
go
It's
by.
just-
because I
Yeah,
wouldn't
trade.
catch it at 10,000 pips. So, I mean, at 10,000 lots. I mean, I like catch it at what my normal risk is.
Yeah. Oh, this is good. Okay, you may come to retest the highs here. This 5's gonna close bullish here, so this next 5 should continue to pop and retest 34 here. I just wanted to retest 37 here for sells.
Yeah, we got previous
It should be
candle stops
37
here.
here for 35.
Yeah, it should be good. Should be good.
May have a pineapple at 37 then if anything.
Kind of got a
One
fake
position at
out here
35,
too,
another position
so.
at 37.013. So just be open to pineapples chat if we were to get the potential sellers there. Because I may am taking one position and another position. So be make sure your risk is managed accordingly.
Let's see here.
If we get the
Okay,
first one
so
even.
good.
If we even get a position
Candle
today.
comes down for the third time and doesn't break the low. I'm just gonna hang on, right? Because we have volume coming in. We had that fake out, that resistance form. So I think we can get down to
My
this
Algerian
1 hour
internet.
support here.
Hit up some U.S. cable companies; they'll come over. Hit up Comcast.
Funny.
Sir, what's your service address? Yeah,
Bring out
in
the
Algeria. You
Yeah, bro. Bring out the volume.
guys drive out here
Bring
now.
out gold.
Another bleeder.
Is this an
Can you
onion
run a
play?
wire
Yes,
to
it
my
is.
shed?
Correct. Correct. So this is an onion play off the 30-minute time frame. That's all it is.
A lot of guessing going on. No one's guessing anything. We're just adapting the price. We're not saying must reject here, must reject here. We're saying more of like if it were to reject here, then we'll do this here. It's not like this isn't my chart right now, right? I mean, shit, I wish. I'm just not skilled enough to draw arrows like that.
All right. Give me 1 sec. I'll be right back.
Where stops you at the cells? Stops you at the cells? I don't know, to be honest. Probably gonna be over 70 pips though. I mean, looking at price here, depends where we get it. But if it's
Hey,
gonna be
if anyone's
37,
stressing,
then
take a deep
stops
breath.
are gonna be probably like
Take a deep
right
breath
there,
and
perfect.
understand you took the real W by following your plan.
Up here, probably let's see,
The result does not matter.
49, 48,
Yes, sir.
49, 47.
Got our
This boxer.
30-minute fake out set up.
Perfect. I thought we were gonna be under 70 again.
20. Yeah, yo, Dom, stop right there. No more.
Once you do your job, everything else is out of your control.
You're pushing it, Don.
Says the
right
chat
there.
during a
Focus on
third
is following our
pineapple.
job.
God.
With no more.
Fourth
Can't take
pineapple
no more.
and no more. Last and final pineapple. This 4 kind of would have flipped by now, man. It came out to retest the highs 4 times. It was bullish. It was a bullish doji 4 times already. If a 4 kind of would have drove by now. So what that means is if you do drive and break the highs here, that'll be your top wick to top 37, 35. And then that's when you take your sells. It would have drove by now. But I'm guessing you may not have enough liquidity yet to drive. But before driving down, at least you kind of re-break the highs. So that'll be the drive. Like I guess that'll be your mini drive before it drives down. It's not really grabbing liquidity either to drive up. It's just kind of in these ranges here. If it breaks like 28 chat and then it flips bullish, sure. You can maybe attempt buys from 33 straight to 37, 39. All right, volume here.
What you're saying is we can buy a sell at 39.
Yes, we can.
You can sell your buys at 28.
Pound Town. You know that song, Wix? For your outro tonight, I want you to play Pound Town by Sexy Red for your intro.
Hmm.
The banger. The heater.
I'll have to do some research.
Pound Town when I'm hanging with my rounds. Like what you in? Really home brown. Pound Town, just left Pound Town. It sounds a certified heater, bro.
It's Wix's full name, making a video about you and Wix. Well, this shit better not turn up on CoffeeZilla. I see a video about me on CoffeeZilla. Me and you are having an issue, bro. That I'm making a video about you.
Not a good role model for our youth. All right. You guys know that one video? I'll show you guys real quick. The teacher. I don't know if I can find it though.
Where that's Coffee's burner account, I know.
It was this one. It was a ski one. It was
Eating my drink at the city in my trying to see what's up. Students' attention.
she's singing lyrics from the Sexy Red song, right?
If you see me, you trying to see what's up. If your pencil sharp.
That's crazy. That's how they got their attention. Yeah, if you guys.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
She's brilliant.
Yeah.
She's fucking brilliant. Yo, that's who you want to have on your team. Somebody thinking outside the box. Yo. That's crazy. I don't care what profession she's in. I want her on my team.
Ooh, look at that 30 minute. Look at that 15-minute countdown. No bottom wick. If you can tap 35 your chat, break the highs a little, you know, break the highs there, 35.63.
Sell.
Ooh wee. Yes, sir. Are you talking to chat? Not me. Oh, my fault. My
Issues.
fault.
Look at the,
I misread it. I
4
thought you were talking
hammer.
about us. Guessing positions. Huh?
Look at the 4 hour.
Yeah. Yeah. 4 hour last year, we've been like, oh, yep. Mm-hmm. 5 stops here.
5 stops on the break of the eyes.
Not anymore. It's always good to look back at your last year, chat, and ask yourself, like, be realistic though. You know, don't just say shit just to say shit to make yourself sound better. Like, be real with yourself. Be like, where would you have entered positions last year? What would you have gone into? Right, and then look at this year. If you improve, you'd be laughing your last yourself. Well, not laughing, but you'll be, you know, like, wow, I can't believe I took that position last year. Like, that's how you know you improved. Obviously, your account will reflect as well. But you know.
Yo, Duncan. Whenever somebody uses that emote, I think of you. You always use that emote.
That's my favorite.
That blue one. That blue one, like that. I associate that color, like Duncan. That's Duncan blue.
Was that it? I've been it. I think that's it for us to. I think that was it for us to come down towards here. I don't know if it's gonna continue to drive right now though, but it should be. You should have 30 here, and then from 31 here, I don't know what's gonna happen afterwards.
You know, I think it kind of makes sense because if the 4 hour flips, then it drives. If it doesn't flip, it respects its own high. We have a respect to resistance, continue down. I think it kind of makes sense that way.
No, I think this makes sense. Like the liquidity grab, like it makes sense for us to come down towards like 30, 31. I just don't think this is enough for us to come down towards 22.
22, yeah.
So
I
like
agree with
if you break the
It's gonna need
highs,
liquidity.
you know, like maybe the next 1 hour candle here, then yes, that'll be our runner to 22.
And we always
It might
say,
catch 140 again today, Wicks.
we always get asked why you trading it, because it's very technical. Why you trading gold, not GJ? Very technical. It created a low, now it's retesting it. Created a high, it retested the high. It created a range with a high and a low. It filled the range. It didn't just fuck around in the middle of the range during market hours, right?
Yeah.
It gave you a support, gave you a, oh wait, I'm on the wrong page, but gave you a resistance, it gave you a range, and it filled it.
There's lots of volume here, and realistically, I don't think we've moved since. Like we haven't really moved much since. Like we moved, but not anything crazy since NY. So I believe you're like, there's a possibility, chat, that you could still re-break the highs, tapping 35 in about 10 minutes here on the new 1 hour candle. I don't think this is enough liquid for us to drop down yet, or at least down towards 22.20. We're bearish towards there, but for positions, you know, like we need more liquid in that. We need more water is being grabbed.
If you don't, oh, well, you move, but you go back to the left. That's where the market drove from 35 flat.
Possible buys are a little rough.
No.
Just because you like, I'll say for buys, like when I went through that thing earlier, I was looking at like 22. Like if we tap 22 when you form support at 22 back above 28, yeah, you can possibly come up. But I believe it's gotta, for us to get buys, like you can get buys for like 10 pips, so you can get buys from here to here, right? But in terms of buys from here to the next like 37 levels, you need to grab certain areas first.
You got to realize this initial tap was your buy, right? Anything after that can re-break it.
Yeah.
Like you've tapped this area, now you're going to retest it, and there's a high chance you break it. A much higher chance you break it than if on your initial drive when you can reject and come up. That's why you wanted that initial drive from here to here, because now once you retest these areas, you highly likely you break them and continue further down.
All you guys gotta do is look left, right? Look left all the times you actually drove down. Like I'll make it very simple for you guys. Like look left there and see all the times it came down towards your next support, which is 1920 here, right? So like if this is your range here, this is what you're looking at right now. So last time you had to push down was where? Here. Here. You had to push down here as well. You had to push down here. Right? You had to push down.
Like, look, good example here as well. Like as you were driving up, you had right there, you tapped it, rejected, right? Came back to here. But then next time you drove through it. Right? It's the same thing here. You tapped and rejected, or you tapped and rejected. But the next time you drove through those areas. So you want that initial rejection, where as the next time, the second time comes down here, you want it to establish an actual support and hold and stay above here, right? And maybe wick down, but still stay above this area. Until then, it's just driving down, filling the wick, and has momentum, and it has volume, and it's already grabbed liquidity.
But yeah, you guys gonna look left there, and you guys gonna look at the areas like all the times that you actually came down and tapped into 1920. Where'd you tap before, right? And you're gonna notice there's the rebreaker to highs around 35, 37. It was around here, or not there, around here, like here in these areas, right? So like, if you were to get a line out, like connect the dots, whatever, like draw the average medium support and resistance, like you'll probably have it around like in this box here, like right around here, right? So like, you could continue down here to retest the lows, But what happens after that? Was that enough liquidity for us to drive straight down like the rest of these counts to the left all it did here, right? Or is that just enough for us to come down and fill the bottom of the range? So that's why like you should be asking yourself now. So like the only way I can really get sells now is if you really come up tap 35. Anything then, it will be a bit tough. If anything, if it's not sells at 35 as of right now, then it's gonna be buys at like 22 or 20. But we might not even get those buys because I don't know what's gonna happen once you reject. Because you then gotta reject, you gotta form the motion, you gotta print ranges, right? So, like that's how you kind of gotta like see price. It's not just like what's the bias say, bullish or bearish, take buys or sells with the bias. It's like the way we trade, we're very versatile to both. Even though we have a bias, our bias is bearish today, but we can still take buys. Like, you know, we were like a pip away from taking those buys earlier. We can also still take sells even, right? But you have to understand what kind of part of the cycle you're playing right now. And that comes down to just reading the different time frames. Got 1 point. I said the rebreak of the forward low to look for buys, right? But now you're rebreaking the lows. I'm not looking for buys. Because the structure you built since. But I'll tell you this one thing though, last year we would have either taken sells here on the 15 breakout lows, or once that 15-minute candle broke the lows, or we would have taken buys at like the 4-hour flip. Right? It's just things that we would have avoided last year that saved us this year, I'll say. So let's see if we get rewarded for it. If you don't get a position by 10:30, then, or maybe in 11, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe 11, maybe 12. Maybe 1, maybe 2, 3, 4. This is a key area though. If you re-break the lows here, you should see a drive towards 24. If you start to reject there though, then you may get the top wick, but it's gonna be a long shot for the top wick chat. Gonna be a long shot. No synchronized women ever again. Look, did you officially cancel class? You might not make it today either, man. Look at that time.
I might as well cancel fencing too. I'm done.
How about horseback riding? Are we gonna cancel that as well?
No, I gotta take up some new sports, bro. I can't even do team sports anymore, right? You can't trust these guys to show up to synchronized swimming. How am I going to trust them to show up to, you know, curling or something? Bring your own broom. It just...
BYOB. No. I'm about you.
You ever see that cheese rolling shit? I'm thinking of entering into one of those. Did you ever see that? You never seen when they take the big wheel of cheese and roll it down the fucking mountain? and like 100, the entire village goes chasing after it. It's
I've never
wild.
seen that.
Oh, look it up on YouTube. People just be flying off a mountain after the cheese. It's crazy. That's an extreme sport.
Just send me a link.
No, YouTube it. And last time somebody sent you a link, it was fucking.
You sent me a link.
You guys are a bunch of assholes.
I was talking to my boys about that the other day. It was funny. Hey, yeah, you know, one time I got Rick rolled on stream.
Oh, you calling me an asshole? You had an asshole on your stream.
Straight up. And then Sergo had the audacity to put in the timestamps charts for a stream. Bro, you know there was no charts for a stream there. Oh man. Try who remembers that day? Man. Crazy, huh? Nice. Nice. This is good, chat. This is perfect. You're gonna see a drive down towards 1922 here. I'm not gonna take sells, but once you tap 22 and you retrace to 31, I'll look for sells at 31. Because for all I know, you might just create a topic first. So I don't want to take sells here. But if you come down, like I'm looking to mirror that push to the left that you had here. So if you do come down like this, you should fill the range. And then once you fill the range, you gotta pull back eventually. If you pull back to 31, 32, I'll look for sells at 31, 32, because then you may end up doing something like this. Right? You could drive further down. But you should be able to retest 1931 here if you do come down 22. So like this counter should push down here before the 1 hour closes. It's like another 50 pips away. And once it does that, it's just about if you can retrace or not. The only way I can get sells before it comes down towards 22 is if it comes up to re-break 34. But with the way things are looking, the structure it's building, I doubt it's just gonna retest 34, 35. It's just gonna continue to push here. But so I'm gonna watch this push play out. It should be a nice $4 push, and then after that we'll wait for the potential sells. But it's gonna be probably like a 935 or something here. 935, 940. You know what I'm saying, chat? No, there's no buys, no sells. We're waiting here. It's gonna be sells at 31 once you come down towards 22. Buys at 31 might be a little tough, or 22 might be a little tough, because you can easily just drive straight down towards 1916. So I don't want to take buys there. I'd rather wait for the sells to pull back and then take more sells from 31 back down to 24, or back down to 22, and that gives you a 90 pip range. But you gotta see the push first, right? The push has to happen first. Because if the push doesn't happen first and it drives up towards 31, we might as well wait for 35, and then 35 will take sells there towards 22, and that'll be the big runner. The one we initially wanted. So you're gonna see something like this, basically. Right, because even if you don't come up or come down after tapping 31 again, you're gonna create a bottom wick, right? You're gonna create a bottom wick somewhere. So let's say even if you go up, you're gonna create a bottom wick to drive up because you need liquidity to drive up. If you're gonna retrace this entire range here, so then obviously as you take sells, you likely get something like this that'll happen. You'll likely see some type of resistance being formed there, some type of structure being respected, and then once it's have like 33, 31, that's your sell levels for you to drive down to retest the lows, basically. Because you can come down towards 22, but will it continue down towards 22 without that liquidity? Highly not, right? But then again, high not is not 100%. high or not. It's just highly not. So chances are a lot lower if this is where the high is to drive past 22. And that's why I'm waiting for that retrace, because that retrace will give us a higher probability for us to come down towards 20 or even towards 16, maybe even 11.
Long bugging me out.
Yeah, it sounds spooky, bro.
Yo, where are we walking into right now? What kind of trap are we walking into?
Chat, how many of you guys go on the 5-minute time frame and this is how your chart looks with all these arrows on the 5? Don't lie. Be honest. But how many of
like
your
that.
charts look like my daily looks like your 5-minute time frame?
Boy, I was gonna say my shit look like that on the daily. Someone's like, I got this shit on a 1 minute like this. Ain't nothing. Literally a trade 3 times a minute.
What do you mean? This is my 1 second chart. I'm up like $1,000 today. I got 0 aerial standard charts for 3 months. I'm too scared to take a trade. You gotta start somewhere, man. Don't be perfectionist, man. You're gonna take losses. I'm telling you right now. I'm being real with you. You're gonna take losses, Harris, and you're also gonna take wins. But each loss and each win, you're gonna learn from those mistakes. You're gonna fix up. You're gonna adjust. You're gonna adapt, right? But you can't adapt when you just sit there and watch the charts all the time. You're never gonna improve. There's never a perfect time to take a perfect trade. Your first trade might be a loss. Your first 10 trades might even be a loss, right? But each trade you take, you're gonna gain some experience from it. So you gotta start somewhere. But make sure when you start though, you know, make sure you deposit something you're comfortable losing, right? Because that's how I think about it in trading, especially when you're new, right? You don't want to be risking your whole bank account, hoping to turn it to a milli, which I don't think you are, because you sound very conservative. So yeah, just take a trade. It's fine. You're not gonna have a perfect empty 5 screen. You may have it, but don't expect it, right? Starting off at least.
Some of you guys pray for success all night just to wake up in the morning and do nothing about it. Like, how are you praying for success but not expecting any? Right? You have to go out and do stuff, because if you're going to expect success, you're going to go do something about it to get that success. So, you know, move yourself, help yourself, do something about it. You can't pray for success all night and then wake up and play PlayStation. Take your positions, do the things that are going to take you to success. And in order for you to be successful, you're going to have to take positions. You're going to have to open trades.
What about people that are taking their time, getting there and slowly losing? I mean, at least they're working their way towards success. Like, you gotta sort of...
You're doing the things that will eventually make you successful. You're slowly losing and taking positions will eventually turn into winning. And you have to take positions, sample size, and you have to be logical about it, smart about it. You can't be risking, you know, your entire bankroll for success. Success is a long journey. You have to make sure you're planning for longevity. So lower your risk and take trades, because those things are going to keep you in the game longer, and they're going to eventually take you further down the road to success.
Like the other day when we lost 100 pips, right? Chat was bugging. Everyone was bugging. Everyone was like, "Oh my god, I lost 100 pips." But I even said in my story, I'm like, "Yo, like I was not tripping. We were perfectly fine, right?" Because, you know, like I don't want to be the Gary Vee shit, but you know, like that was good. It was good that we lost that day, because we learned from that mistake, right? And now we might not adjust that mistake off rip. We might not wake up the next day and be like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna avoid this trade now." But over time, as you take more losses, right, it's just more data being collected for us to adjust over time. Something I like losing, but losing does happen to me. And when I do lose, like again, I just zoom out. Like it might suck that day, You know, you might want to like, you know, shove up and shit, go in your bed, curl up in a little ball and cry yourself to sleep. But guess what, man? The charts are still here tomorrow. So you gotta accept it for what it is, take notes on it, and then maybe a year after, laugh at it once you have adjusted. If, you know, that loss starts to happen more often.
You guys have a chance to be successful, right? You have like the vision in front of you. A lot of people don't even have that. Like, you guys have the roadmap. You can see how you can get there, right? You can see what you need to learn and what steps you need to take in order for you to achieve where you want to be, right? A lot of people don't even have that in front of them. They're just like, you know, fuck, where do I go? Where do I turn in order to put myself on that path? You guys have found the path. The roadmap is there, right? As I was telling Don, we just got to execute. Same thing for you guys. The roadmap is there. It's printed. You just got to execute.
Execution. Yeah, we got execute on these potential buys and sells there. I just want to see this tap here. We're just not moving. Or maybe you might just create a top for the 1 hour candle. Yo, thanks for the $5 earlier. Damn, I missed it. Thanks for the $4.99. Someone sent it earlier. And then thanks for the $1.99 A-lifts. I appreciate you. Fuck, I missed the other one. I was gonna read it, but I think I got distracted by something. My fault. You guys know what he asked? Was there a question or no? No answer yet? No. No answer yet. Mm-mm-mm-mm. 2.8K views, only 739 likes. Yeah, chat. Let's get to 1.5K likes here, chat. I appreciate it.
We got trend lines.
Yo, your favorite deal. What's going on? It's all good. Oh yeah, I remember you. You're busy at the moment, but it's okay. We're here learning, appreciating your time. I appreciate it for the $5, bro. Thanks for the 10, by the way. Now, thank you, man. Did I miss any more donations, chat? Guys, stop donating, please.
Wix quit smoking ganja. Why? Can you tell by my bloodshot eyes? Carlo, the Balkan Fury in the house. The man, the myth, the legend.
The Balkan Fury. Now, who's your mentor? Carlo. Carlo/ICT. ICT is my mentor, man. That guy taught me everything I knew.
Everything you knew before or everything you knew after?
Everything I knew from Forex. From the word Forex, from F to X. From F to X. What's ICT at? Is he at Millie on YouTube yet? What's he at, chat? 500K? No. What's he at? He's at 812. He's almost at a milli. I think that's the biggest channel with the most engagement I've seen.
Rookie numbers.
Ah, there's no chat box here. Damn. I wanted to comment. What's going on, Nav?
Guys, T, I think is by far the biggest Forex channel.
100%. 100%. One day. I'm gonna have it one day.
Study has revealed
day.
that too much vaping leads to sperm count shortage. Wicks. Perfect. Perfect. I can't have no more. That's what I need. $4. Fuck, I got 3 daughters.
Where's the high today? It was 34. Yeah, chat. We may not get buys. I don't think we're gonna get buys today. If we do get, because I believe this 1 hour account is gonna push down towards 22 here. We're only like $2.50 away, or $3 away. And then once you do tap 22, 2 things can happen. You can, one, continue to push further down past 22, and if the price does that, don't call it a day. But if the price rejects at 22, retraces back to 31, I'll take sells at 31. So I want to see this move happen for the sells. Like, I want to see this thing push down first. I don't know if it's gonna push down or not. Hence why I'm not taking sells off rip. Otherwise, I would. I just don't know if there's enough liquidity for us to drop down yet towards 22. But I'd rather wait to see if price can tap 22 and then look for sells after. Because if price comes down towards 22 and just drive straight through, it's a day. That day is done. Because you may continue your drive, but if you were to wait for another setup, might be like a little late, like 11, 12. And honestly, I don't want to be waiting that long. I'll be here for another like 45 minutes. 40 minutes.
They're fencing.
There's fencing. Yeah, there's no bias though, because like you're in the middle of the range. You can easily just rip down here. Easily. You know, a lot of like I'll say when you're starting to get into wick entries, you have to get used to sort of like the way the market kind of flows, the way the market rejects certain areas, taps certain areas before creating another push. Like, it's gotta tap a level to push towards another level, right? Like what Wick said earlier, it's just liquidity. And right now, like, we're in the middle of the range. It's gotta tap either 31 or it's gotta tap 22 before making that decision. It's not gonna just range here. How long did you study ICT concepts? I'll say it took me around, like, I've been studying ICT concepts day in and day out for, I'll say, like 5 years now. 5 years now studying ICT concepts.
Stop that shit.
Yeah, 5 years now, I'll say. Day in and day out, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365. Even the 1 second that you celebrate on New Year's, people were saying Happy New Year's. I was not doing that. Me, I was watching ICT videos past midnight. Every day.
Placing positions on that cap USD.
whenever, you know, I don't sleep, I'm not trading. I'm watching ICT videos. When I'm eating,
And when
I'm
he's
watching
not
ICT.
watching ICT, and when he's drinking ICT.
Sir, gotta make sure you have, you know, you got the bev as well. Vitamins, ICT, vitamin I, vitamin C, vitamin T.
All right, icked with no bev is crazy.
ICT, no bev is crazy. Hey Don, I just want to know, do people really make money from trading, or everyone on just making money from signals and trading commissions and other stuff? Please reply. This will help me continue or quit. All right, brother. So when you hop on your MC5 screen, right? Be real. Have you taken a position before? You probably have, right? Have you made money? There you go. Your job now is to look for ways to continue making money. That's the hard part, right? But yeah, Forex is real. Like, yeah, there's people out there making money off signals, courses, this and that, right? Providing their education. But there's also people providing education, also doing for free, and also making money on trading as well. Or there's some people out there who are just making money that you might not even know of on the internet, right? There's like 95% of people on the internet are, you know, likely market themselves, and that's okay as long as you market yourself with transparency, right? But yes, like, there's different routes you can take. There's different types of mentors, different types of traders. But yeah, Forex is real, man. And you're probably just thinking about that right now because, like, you know, you haven't got to that point where you've seen success yet. Keyword yet. You will eventually, but it takes a lot of time, right? I'll tell you one thing, man. If you're like questioning the industry and all this, just turn it all off. Like, forget the internet. Just trade, sample size, back test on your own with your own thoughts, your own route. Take your own route. Don't listen to anybody else. Don't listen to me, and just turn social media off and don't get distracted by those things. Cause now it's gonna be a little harder with social media in the way, for sure.
Question: if chat is real, like chat's a whole bunch of paid actors. I know it. There's 3,000 paid actors on here. You guys don't really feel that way.
Yeah, I mean, how much we got raise our wages chat in 2024. I think we're like the #1. I think like top or in terms of streaming every day. You know, like I know ICT comes on and he pulls like 9,000 viewers, but like I'm talking about like everyday streams. I don't think he does every day, right? I think we're up there now.
There's no one pulling 3,000 or 4,000 daily.
Raja is
daily viewers.
Raja doesn't stream every day anymore.
He doesn't stream.
He makes too much bread.
There's got to be an incentive to stream every day, right?
Well, my incentive is.
Some people enjoy it. Some people just do it for the money. Some people, you know, use it as a stepping stone to something else. Does he get 3 to 4K viewers whenever he's live? Yeah, but no one's doing it daily. No one's consistently daily getting 3 to 4K viewers every single day and going live every day.
He used to though. I think there was one. I think it was last summer. I was seeing like 5-6K daily, or no, like 4 to 5 daily. Yeah, around there. But he I asked him about it the other day. I'm like, why'd you stop streaming? He's like,
doesn't make sense.
It makes too much money.
Straight up.
Too much cheese. I get it. I get it. All right, this is good now. starting to, you know, form some support, taking a little pause on price right now. Hasn't driven down towards 1922 just yet. Hasn't tapped into 31 just yet. We're currently sitting here in this range here. So let's see what could happen here. Can we tap into 31? Or will that be it? Will that be the drive of the day? Yeah, that push up and that push back down. It looks like the 4 candle, it's gonna be very hard for the 4 candle to flip now. Very tough. Over IMB, I don't know what that is, man. I don't know. You guys don't understand, man. I don't look at anything else aside from what I do. And I do it for a reason. Just because, you know, like, if I were to discover something, I'll discover it my own. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure there's different ways of viewing the charts and different confirmations you can use, but just an advice for you guys as well. When you guys are looking at your charts, look only for your setups. Look only for your plays, for your ideas. You know, like, don't try to replicate anyone else's trading style, because everyone has their own edge. Everyone has their own way of reading the markets, reading the charts. But like, I'm not just gonna look at the imbalance here just because, you know, someone pointed it out. Like, if I get to a point where I look at imbalance, I'll get there eventually. I'll get there with, like, naturally with time. Like when we were in 2021, taking break out highs, break out lows, people are like, yo, why don't you get a wick entry here instead? Why don't you sell high, buy low, right? And like, I'm like, cause I'm just not there yet. I'm just not doing that yet, right? And I slowly got there. And now this year, we're doing this now, right?
Take 3 Benadryls, you'll be at an imbalance in about 40 minutes. Just saying.
I think I traded imbalance though. I did in the past. Imbalance is this now. Like,
name for it.
They'll be looking for like this push back up to retest this. And like, at one point when I was trading it, in 2021, I saw it as clean traffic. Or not 2021, in 2019, 2020 was when I heard about imbalance.
Why you keep tagging me, Freedom? What's going on? What's up, Adrian? Hey, yo, Adrian!
We're gonna have it one day. Like, I know you guys watch us, you know, you guys watch us trade, take wins, take losses. But like, we're not really teaching you how to trade our strategy like we are if you want to come for that. But like, we're teaching you how to have a strategy, like what to look for in terms of a strategy, how to find your edge, what to test, how to test. Because no one explains that shit in the industry. No mentor really explains that. Every mentor's usually just like, okay, come follow me. This is where I'll take a buy. This is where I'll take a sell. Okay. But how? These are your tools. Here's the fib. Here's this. Here's that. Here's the onion. Here's the seller play. Okay, but how do I use those tools now? It's just, you know, they're just giving you tools, but like, how do I use the tools? How do I get to point A to point B? And that's what we teach, right? We teach you like how to find your onion, how to find your celery, how to find your fib, how to find your trend line, like your version of it. And that's like the most
version. You're going to read candles. How you're applying it, right? And what strategy you use in application is really up to you. Right?
One of us
You can
is gonna drop
use your
something.
use your pullbacks, you can use your Fibonacci size, but at the end of the day, now you're using what the candles mean, right? Like how to read them. So now, where you want to apply, what levels you want to apply your candle
take care of
knowledge,
anything
that's
else
up
you
to you.
You ready?
You want to apply it in relation to the higher time frames, you want to apply it at a
Occupants of 3349 Quiet Prime.
once you hit
This is the Richmond Police Department.
or do you want to
We
apply
have
your
a search
candle
warrant
knowledge
for
of
the
what they
residents.
mean once you get a head
Come
and
out the
shoulders?
front door with your
Right? I
hands
mean,
up
it's
and
maybe
follow
you get
the
a
officer's
Batman
command.
signal in your harmonics, and maybe you want to apply the candle knowledge there, right? But all of this is the candle, knowing what the candles mean and how they print and what and how they can print, like what are all the options and the way that they can print here based on how they can print. Then you can just start applying. Do you want to swing? Do you want to go for a monthly time frame? That's on you. Whatever your strategy is, however you want to utilize the knowledge of reading candles is on you. But overall, like you don't have to use them in the same exact way I use them. You can apply that knowledge to a different strategy.
Alright, we're going up. Give it a couple knocks.
Will still work.
Where's the police?
Breach.
Breach. Police, come to the door!
Like that, we're not here to use it however you want to use it. We're not here to like force you to trade the devious way. Like, we're not here to force you to trade the devious way. I'm sure there's like even our mods. Like, I'm sure like Nav. I've seen his press like, Nav doesn't even trade the way we trade, but he watches us every day, and he probably applies like how to find strategy to his strategy.
It's under the table. It's under the table.
Like what to look for with the test. Like he uses the skills, I guess, towards his own strategy.
this way.
Right? Like you can watch us and trade trend lines. I mean, shit.
Put your hands in
The
the
reason
air.
why I don't like force
Put your
strategies
hands in
down
the air.
your
Walk to me.
throat is because I understand that there's different ways to do the market. It comes down to whichever way you're most comfortable with. Right? If you want to use it as a fib, because you feel most comfortable with fib, then use it as a fib. But I'm not here to complain. I'm not here to tell you.
We want to pull him out.
Whatever right.
No, we're gonna
right.
go. Another quarter over there.
Oh,
No, you want to run front? Yeah. Where's the gun? Sir, I don't need you. Hey, roll towards me. Contact cover and you'll bring the medic in. Bring the medic up.
Just walking.
yeah.
If you work in here, you can bring him outside. I'll help you. Help him. I got him.
Another 30 minutes here. If 30 minutes goes by, then I guess. Yeah.
Ready? We go.
Clapping it up, huh?
Right there. You got it?
Nice day today, chat.
Sir.
Yes, the M4. It sounds like this is the actual color.
You got it?
No, my M4 is not yellow. Although it looks kind of
Look
hard. It
like
looks yellow.
Look like a New York City cab, dog. I'd be over there like this.
Shout out to my thumbnail guy though. Putting in work. You guys watch this video? I watched like the first half,
on the
but
back right now.
I ain't gonna lie, I did not have any patience over the weekend to sit down and watch these videos because it was just too much. I'm also not in the prop firm space, so like it doesn't really affect me. Although I should watch to catch up. But yeah, man, I don't know what's going on honestly. I just know that the server shut down. Don't know how
I
they
did
drip.
not watch a
Okay, I
single
see
video.
You know it's serious when Riz puts on a suit though. Last time Wixon put in a suit, it was pretty serious as well.
That showed up.
Yeah, no, I didn't watch that. I haven't watched much.
The day I put on a suit, Ted showed up. That was funny.
Oh yeah, a couple years ago.
That was when I just moved into the old place.
Time flies, huh?
It's crazy.
I think you guys show patience better than any other Forex streamer I have seen, and that Yale's strongest teacher point. A lot of blown accounts and tough lessons, and been there, done that to be like that, man. took a long time to get there. And honestly, I'm human. We're human. I'm sure me and Wick still do with that every now and then. You know, FOMO. But it's normal to deal with FOMO. It's just how do you... Like, it's normal to feel FOMO, but how do you deal with FOMO? Like, I could have sat here today, because we missed this entry by a pip, right? I could have sat here today and been like, oh, fuck, man, we missed the entry. I'm so pissed. Instead, I just looked past it and looked for my next opportunity. Because I understand that I will get this again. We just got it on Friday. We're going to get it again. It might be tomorrow, it might be today, but eventually it's going to happen. So we're not here sitting here stressed that, oh, man, we just missed the best entry of all time. Right? It definitely was not the best entry of all time. And we'll catch bigger runners than that for sure over time.
On the ground.
So there's no need to throw on it.
On the ground. Get on your on the ground. Get on your face. On the ground. Get on the ground. Illegal. We stop. Get on the ground. I'm gonna tell you. Get on the ground. Get on the ground now. Get on the ground now. On the ground.
Yeah, no, it's not for everybody who got affected by MFF. But you know what? People forget, bro. You guys are still traders. Just because you lost your MFF account doesn't mean you're no longer a trader. Like, you have the skill, right? You had the skill to grow that account from X amount to X amount. You were able to pass those challenges. That's a skill you can use towards a live account now. Now, it may not be 300K funded. You may not have enough to have those funds yet, right? But with time, you will. But you gotta learn to use those skills towards that smaller balance. Like, let's say you have $100, right? It may not be a 300K account, but you can use those skills to make 1%, $1, $2, $3. Over time, it just kind of grows, right? Kind of builds. But you'll get to that point where you have 300K balance. But when I wasn't funded and I had 100K, people were like, yo, Don, why don't you go funded for it? You go funded, you get 300K balance right now. I got to 300K point, and now the account's at a milli. But I got there using my skills that I developed over the years.
That's a very, very good point. And that, like Don said, like that's it. That's the worst you can do. You got the skill now. Like, this is the worst you can do in life. You don't need that minimum wage job at McDonald's. Once you have this skill, this is the worst that you can do in life. And honestly, your account, whatever account you had at MFF, that shit doesn't define you, right? That doesn't define you as a person, as a trader, as anything. It's not an indication of who you are. And people get so attached to, like, the physical, or like the I get the material things that they have, like, right?
But they want it instant.
Remember when we were talking about the Lambos? You want the Lambo, but when it breaks, like, are you broken? Because you want to be defined, right, by that Lambo and by being the big guy on campus, the guy, drives a Lambo around or the one around your friends that's got the money, right? But now the Lambo's broken. Are you broken? Right? You've lost your account. Now, are you lost in life? Right? If your MFF account is gone, like, are you done? Are you broken now? No. You know what I mean? That shit doesn't define you. What defines you is what you've been able to build out of yourself, how you've been able to establish yourself internally, because that's your base, that's your foundation, and that's what you will use to build from. You're definitely not defined by the material things you own, right? Or you have. Your abilities to get those things is what's going to define you. Your ability to build yourself back up. Your ability to...
I'm not free to leave.
Am
I free to leave?
This is 70-year-old County Sheriff James Lujan being arrested by his own people for obstruction during an investigation being carried out against himself. An investigation that started when he harbored former city councilor Philip Chacon, who was being sought after by the Espanola Police Department for assaulting a man. But this chaotic and despicable situation didn't start here, but here.
Yeah, yes.
Get your people back. I'll bring him in.
Bring who in?
Phil Chacon.
Gamba.
That's who you have a warrant for?
Right.
Pull everybody out. I'll bring him in.
I don't want to pull them out.
Huh?
I don't want to pull them back.
Excuse me?
On March 26, 2020, Espanola police finally issued a warrant for the arrest of Chacon. He hid in his residence, pretending to not be home.
No, so what happened is they were doing a search warrant because a little
you have 10 minutes
Jacob
left.
said that he got assaulted this morning.
Be a day.
So we were doing a search warrant on that house,
today?
or one of those motorhomes.
Or
And then
will
he shot one of his rifles. So then we came around this way, and right here on the other side where you have that like, garage that's open, and then there's another garage. He was coming with 3 rifles.
I got to delete
So then
that.
he dropped him and then
I'm getting some watch. I'll be back. Give me a second.
And then he tried. There's 3 that
I'll delete it after.
Because it's filled.
After the
The
stream.
officers, however, heard that he was home through the phone calls they made, but couldn't enter on the basis that Chacon was suspected to have multiple weapons on his person. During the standoff,
We all
Sheriff James
forgot.
Lujan suddenly shows up on the scene, reeking of alcohol, and demands the supervisor in charge to pull her men out
Matter of fact,
and leave his
I'm
men
gonna forget
on
it
the
on
scene
my stream
instead.
too. You
I'm
guys
not
are gonna
asking.
show up and it's just gonna say
Telling
adult
you,
cells plus
I will
147
bring
tip.
him in.
Asian
Okay?
session.
We don't need to make this bigger than what
When did that happen? I forgot to take that off down screen and all that shit. Anyway, shameless Asian session plug number 2 of the day. We don't even have 1,000 likes yet. Come on, chat. Like it
Hey,
up and then
the
show
sheriff
up
just pulled in,
to the Asian session. 8
and
p.m. Eastern. We'll be live on my
asking us
channel.
to pull back,
Go sub to that
and he'll
channel
pull
right
him
now
in,
and turn
but
on
he's been drinking. I
notifications.
can
This way
smell it on
you
him.
know when we're
We're gonna
on.
need somebody.
Okay? Hey Siri,
Yeah.
remind me which
We
night
need
is
to pull
streaming at
somebody
8
over here,
p.m.
somebody
Eastern
above me, because
every weekday.
he's already pushing his weight around with me.
Gotcha.
So, okay.
Despite trying to impose his authority over the supervisor, she maintains her composure and decides not to pull back as requested.
The sheriff is here. He's trying to make us pull back, and he said he'll call him out, but we're not pulling back.
Way too early? No, perfect.
He does know him, but he's not coming. We're not gonna pull back because he says so. No, it's not gonna happen. Just let you guys know, okay? Yeah. I'm getting hold of the chief now.
When's your birthday? Next week. Shammy. How did you know? How did you know?
We're not pulling back. I'm waiting for. I told Jeremy. Jeremy's calling Command 1 now. But do you smell it, or am I the only one who smells it?
Yeah, please do something about
Okay.
it.
Right?
Hey, I know. We're here to Tabitha. I know, Tabitha. But hey, listen, Michelle's the supervisor in charge. Okay, I'm running the TAC
Hey,
team.
maybe
the TAC
we
plan,
can
okay?
get by the 24.
I know he
or
just texted me.
22,
He's like, Tabitha's
23.
coming. Do me a favor, okay? Tell him to cooperate
Because
with me.
it
Tell him to
hasn't
trust
driven
me.
yet. And
Okay,
you're
tell him
starting
to
to
call me.
form some type of range and structure.
I know. That's why we're here.
So you get the
Well,
range
then-
from fake out
and then
back
he
into the
shot,
range.
While the cops were here. Tabitha, settle down. Okay.
You gotta create a
Tell
top
him
for
to text me
driving
and
down
call me.
here for a new
Okay.
1 hour at least
Okay,
too.
thanks, bye. I'll call Command 1 now.
Yeah, do it.
You
Do
come down
something
top
about that.
22.
You're the
I know.
supervisor, so it's going to be on you.
50
Right.
foot range.
But we can't.
I definitely smelled it really bad.
So did I.
So,
It just looks very dry
okay,
now though.
He can't be here.
At this point, everything looks extremely
It's gotta move
suspicious,
for 11.
and there's a clear
I don't think you have anything
confrontation
else after
between
11.
authorities.
I'll push
but
price.